Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Offlimits Podcast. We have a guest all the way from VO Mesa, but hey, yo, his name is Josh. He's 40 years old. He's a comedian. You can find this man on Netflix, Amazon Prime, Comedy Central, SiriusXM. He is a comedian beast. I want to welcome Josh, baby.
Let's get it.
What's up, big dog?
What's going on, guys?
Okay, man. So, first off, let's just give you like a little intro, man. So, you were on all these things, Netflix, Amazon Prime, 2 comedy specials.
Yeah.
How was that like?
It's pretty fun. Like it sounds more impressive than it really is.
It does.
You know, but like, it's like people ask me about like my credits. I'm like, any one of my credits at any point in time would have made me famous at some point in time, except for right now.
Yeah.
You know, like that's like legit. They're like, man, I had a Netflix special before before it was like Netflix.
Before it was Netflix.
Before it was Netflix. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, that same special got taken off of Netflix and put on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And it did okay over there. And then I have my Dry Bar special, which blew up. I got like 20 million views off of that one. Yeah.
Congrats.
20
That's
mil?
dope.
Yeah, 20 million views.
You seen some bucks off of that?
No.
No.
Why not?
So-
Does it work like that?
Well,
Me
no,
too.
no.
I'm like,
it's-
yeah, like 20 mils, like, bro, that's 20
Okay,
mil.
so on the back side of the comedies,
Okay.
this I'm gonna let you in on a comedy secret.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
unlock
people who own all of the rights to all those things
Okay.
are what's the word? How can I say it like in a Christian way?
in a Christian way.
They're
just
not
bleep
good
it out?
people.
They're-
They're not good. You don't have to believe it out but they're not good people.
Yeah.
Even though it's technically owned by Mormons. They're not good people.
Got you.
They're,
there's a lot-
What's
there's
the
a lot-
word
there's
for
a lot
it?
of-
They're frugal.
It's not
they're
even frugal.
frugal.
There's a lot of
Like, they're just wicked?
yeah, for real.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they got so much money.
That's how they get them. So there's
Hustlers.
even like a thing that we're all talking about, about like a class action lawsuit, because we're seeing our specials being put on other things. Like we saw our specials get put on Peacock Network.
They're just pimping out your special.
Yeah, for real. And
Yeah.
they're putting out in Canada and UK and stuff. And then we're not getting any of those royalties.
No.
So
That's dirty. Yeah,
So
that's not
so
cool.
there's a little bit of
Heck yeah, there
bad
should
blood.
be.
Well, yeah. Oh, my God. Okay, so you have that, and then you got saved in 2010.
Got saved in 2010.
Break that down.
Okay, so I was a preacher's kid
Come on.
when I was growing up, and I
Wow.
was a bad preacher's kid.
Like, how bad?
Like
smoking in the
I
back of the
can't-
church?
Oh, well, I guess my son's with us right now, so I can't talk about everything.
He might have to go in with Johnny. in the
No,
back.
he's fine. Actually, but so legitimately, I don't know how deep we want to get. Actually, it's VO. We don't care anyways.
Let's get
But-
deep, bro. Okay, we're
Like,
off
legit-
limits
you
podcast.
literally
I ain't
have
even gonna say
women-
the intro, bro, but we talk about anything that may be considered off limits to the
Oh, okay.
society, world, generation, even in the church house.
So
they go
by
off.
the time my son, this is Taylor.
Yeah.
But he's
What's up, my boy?
13. By the time I was his age, I was drinking, smoking,
Wow.
smoking weed,
Josh.
doing coke.
Coke?
Yeah.
You must have been mad.
That's that white boy drug.
Yeah. By the
Yeah.
time
I
I
don't know about
was
white boy drugs, but I seen Scarface.
yeah. By the time I was 18, I was done. I was done with partying. Like everyone went
Yeah,
to
sounds
college
like-
to get
that's
like
how I
messed
was.
up, and then I was like,
Yeah,
by
that's
the-
crazy.
when I
Well,
was
you
like
went so hard that by 18 you're just like, bro, I had enough.
I
Been there, done that.
quit. I was done.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I got saved, I was 20.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I was already like, at 20 years old, I was done drinking. I was just smoking a lot of weed, but I was already done drinking.
Wow.
People
that's
like,
crazy.
before I become legal, it's like,
Yeah.
I started when I was 12.
Dang.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
started when I was like 9 or 10.
That's wild, huh?
Yeah. And then
And you can't even imagine that with your son, right?
No,
like,
no,
I'm raising my son right now, and I'm like, there's no
I'm
way.
telling you right now, if I caught him doing anything that I did when I was his age,
Yeah.
we would be in the middle of the forest right now. I would
Oh my
I'd move
God.
family there. We would cut off from society.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah. Bro, yeah, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So
So
was
go ahead.
comedy was predating your salvation?
Oh yeah. Well, so to that. So I didn't get saved until 2010.
Okay.
I was out of the army. I went after.
You were in the army?
Oh yeah. You guys didn't. Oh yes. My first special was called,
wackest intro ever, bro.
Sorry, I'm sorry about that.
Army.
I know.
My first
Great, though.
special, my first comedy special, the one on Netflix, is called Fat Veteran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
I've seen clips.
Yeah.
And they're like, and you're saying they don't believe me.
Yeah. And then
I like little Debbie's.
and then you didn't believe me.
Wait, so walk us through that. How'd you become the veteran? Was your dad a veteran? Like, what got you in it?
No, I mean the family legacy of like when I was a kid, I always wanted to be like, the same thing. Like every kid wants to be like firefighter, cop,
Yeah, for
military,
sure,
whatever.
for sure.
Yep.
And then luckily for me, George Bush declared war on Iraq.
Oh, snap.
So I got my chance. And I was like,
yeah.
He's like, you want to go? I was like, yeah, I want to go.
Heck yeah, brother.
Yeah, exactly. So I went.
Crazy.
I went. I think I was 22 when I joined.
Dang.
27 when I got out.
Wow. Oh, you did 5 years.
Yeah, it was like 4 years, but like
Shanda.
Yeah.
Well, it's like one of the most like you're like, what was like the most like shocking thing? Are you from a small city?
No. I'm from so my dad. So going way back, my dad was a pastor. We moved around more than you could imagine.
Right, okay.
Like legitimately, the most we ever lived anywhere was a year.
Okay.
Until I was a teenager, and I actually went here. I went to Red Mountain in Mesa.
Okay.
And that's how I met my now wife, who's his
Hey.
mom, right? But we didn't connect until 20 years later, obviously.
Right. At a comedy show.
At a comedy show, I was
Dude.
headlining a club here in town.
I remember you were telling me that,
Came out.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she's
crazy.
amazing. But my dad was a pastor.
Uh-huh.
By the time, so just to put in perspective, we did the math a little bit ago, and I think I'm around house number 64, 65
Dang.
right now. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like a gypsy.
Yeah. Like caravan,
Say,
like
yeah.
yeah, right.
That's wild. The reason
Yeah.
why I'm asking is because like I'm from a small city. When I went to college, it was like I was not prepared for that, bro.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Just people from everywhere, different styles, different background. I'm living with them now. It was just like, bro, I'm out of here. I'm not staying here. Like it was great. So that's why I'm asking. Like, what was like the craziest like culture shock thing, or like what was like?
Honestly,
what do you remember from that? What's like a takeaway from?
So like when I was growing up, my dad, the idea was that like, we want to be wherever we're needed the most, and so
Yes.
we would move into the ghetto.
Straight soldier.
When I was
trap.
when I was for real when I was 8-9 years old, growing up until I was his age, like we were the only white people in like in probably a 2-mile radius.
Yeah.
Like I would legitimately my bus stop was out in front of our door, and I had to like fight my way to
Wow.
get home, to get inside.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so like I didn't know white people until I was like
Wait,
until I was
so
like 14.
was it primarily Latino, African American?
It was mostly African American.
Okay, cool, cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I didn't know.
I do.
I didn't know until and then we started doing bad things, and then
Yeah.
my dad moved us to the middle of Nebraska, and that was a big change because we went to from like big city
Yep.
to a town of 120 people. No, and it was
120?
all white people.
And everybody knew each other.
Everybody knew each other. They all
interluded. in the
They're
beef.
all intermingled. They're all
Intermingled.
They're all. You know what I'm saying? They're all intermingled with each other.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
See that I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
So now,
Cultural
wait.
parks I come from.
So now, growing up, okay,
Yeah.
you were in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
Majority was African American.
Yeah.
Were you known to be the funny guy?
Yeah, so that's how it became funny. Is that I learned like really really young that if I was funny,
Yeah.
I could make friends really quickly.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
And that's how like 30. Give me someone for 30 seconds.
Okay.
That's my sweet spot right
Yeah.
there. I
So
got
now,
you.
what's your style of funny? Because there's different styles of funny, I feel.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I
then there's situational funny too.
Yes, okay.
So like
Break that down.
Now, as a Christian and like being a comedian, like my goal is I have 20 seconds to make someone's day better. That's immediate, and that's
dope.
going through the drive-through.
Yeah.
Going like hanging in the elevator.
Yeah.
Like You know, you can ask him. We'll be doing dumb things in the drive-through, or we do random dance parties in Target. You know.
Okay, take me through a drive-through moment. Okay, so we pull up Mickey
Bro,
D's.
this literally. Okay, this.
What do you say?
No, this literally. Okay, this happened 3 weeks ago. I was in Iowa, right? I was in Iowa, and I was at the Funny Bone in Des Moines for the weekend, and then
what a story.
And then I go, I get done. I'm like, there's nothing open because it's Iowa, right?
Okay.
Except for there's a place called Bebop's, and so I go and I ordered something, and I said, and then she said, what do you want, whatever, and I don't even remember what I said. I said something silly, made her laugh, and I was like, all right, I got her, I'm good. And so I get up to the drive-through window, and the guy behind me pulls up, and he's like, oh, can I get a number one? And then can I get like a Diet Pepsi or a Coke or a, and I was like, tell him you only have Diet RC. Tell him you only have Diet RC, right? And then she like looks, she gives me that look. She goes, sir, we only have Diet RC on tap. He goes, God, what the? And I laughed so hard, like that. And then me and her had that moment of just making some stupid old white man
Right.
angry about maybe
Boy was
drinking
upset
RC cola.
about the RC,
You know what I'm saying?
the Royal Crown.
So now, were you good at cooking people? And by cooking, I mean like making fun of them,
like
roasting.
roasting. Oh
roasting
yeah.
Like, were you like? Because I know in that community, like, because I was in Hayward in San Francisco, primarily Black and Latino.
Yeah.
And our hobby was like rapping with each other. We were dancing, and then we were cooking all day long.
Yeah.
So
you
like,
have to
you got to do it.
I would say that I was good at it until I went to the Army, and then I became great at it.
In the Army.
In the Army, because
So
that's
how's
all you do.
elevation take
That's
place?
literally all you do.
Yeah.
You're like, when you're not doing anything, you sit around and you're doing something stupid. You're making up games, or you're just roasting each other.
Is it like a craft you feel you become better at it, or is it just like the more you know somebody, the more it's easy?
It's both.
It's both.
We like here, like the goal is to make someone to get them so good that they get beat red. The best if you make someone cry.
It's a win. That's
a win. That's
I'm
a
asking
W.
because like Matt Rife, I watch his specials, and like people he'll start talking to people in the crowd.
Yeah.
He just starts getting on them. Sometimes like I don't know if
Heckling, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But that's like crowd. It's called crowd work. It's literally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's like a skill you develop.
That's a separate skill other than like stand up jokes.
So now, as far as heckling, what was your most savage heckle? Where like you're on stage and you're like, bro, he got me. Like he
no one's
me.
no one's ever like got me like that. I mean, so I was like 6 months in doing comedy, and I was doing a comedy at a black church in Florida, and this lady gets up and she just stands up. She goes, "You ain't funny, white boy."
No.
Yeah.
So what do you say?
And then I was like 6 months in. I was like, okay. And then I just kept on going. I was only doing like 5 minutes or something like that.
So you don't attempt to roast her back?
No, because you're in a church. What am I supposed to do?
Oh
and then
my God.
But here's the thing. I was like 6 months into I was like, that's
I
nothing.
see. Yeah,
I was a
You're
baby.
better man. You could have just said something mean.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
But
So now, okay.
But
Yeah.
here, so
Go ahead.
So when people think about heckling, so some of those videos that you see online,
Yeah.
those guys invited in, right? Have you ever seen like
Wait, what do you mean?
they invite it? They say, hey, I'm gonna do my set. At the end of it, I want you to start yelling things out to me.
Gotcha.
Oh,
they
and then
do
we
that
just see the clip.
That's exactly
Okay.
So
okay.
all I know is Wild 'N Out. You watch Wild 'N Out, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And one of my favorite ones is when Kevin Hart is in the middle and all of them are attempting to heckle him, but Kevin's just so nasty at it that, bro, he's unstoppable.
You can't.
He doesn't lose, bro.
Yeah, you can't get me. You can't. I guarantee you can't. Like you can't.
Oh my God, okay, dude. So never.
Yeah, I mean,
You've been doing it for 13 years.
I've been doing it for 13. I can go. There's nothing that you can say to me that I haven't heard before.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's the that's one of the things that's like Kevin Hart. He's been doing it for 25 something years.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
My buddy, So I hate name dropping.
Yeah.
But comedy, it's like a small town. We all know each other.
Gotcha.
Like I know the people in my phone would blow your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and you'd be like, what is it? And it's because it's a small town.
Yeah.
We all know each other.
Okay.
Kevin Hart, like he spent 3 years living on people's couches.
I heard.
Just straight writing.
Right.
And he would go to do clubs. Like he would go to the improv comedy store, do all those clubs at night, stay up till 2:00. He would get up at 6 a.m.
Wow.
Write, film, sketch. He was one of the first people who utilized email list as a comedian. He was like when he would go on the road, he would get everyone's emails, and he had like a list of 200-something thousand emails.
Wow.
You would just spam.
And this is back in 2005, 2006. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when he was nearly nothing like.
He was like nothing. He
today,
was nothing,
yeah.
and it wasn't even spamming. He would just be like, "Hey, here's my." He would do like a newsletter.
Yeah.
He's like, "Here's my newsletter. Hey, if you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, I'll be here, or whatever like that." And then all of a sudden, like that's how he started growing a following. Because he was relentless.
Yeah. Okay. So now, what's your story? Like you're on the couch, top ramen. I don't know if you went through that.
yeah.
But
I
like,
mean,
your come up.
well, I'm still on
You're
my
still
come
getting
up.
it
I'm
up.
still on my come up, bro.
I'm in it. Yeah.
I'm still.
But I'm speaking life, bro. I'm like, bro.
You're like, what?
He's in.
I'm in it. So I'm in the phase, and I may never get out of the phase of just being a working comedian.
Yeah.
Like this is just it's my career. It's like, I don't know. I'm not sure what because you do.
I do HVAC,
You do
so HVAC units,
right?
yeah,
right.
bro.
And I don't know if that's your career or if that's your
That's what-
passion.
yeah.
Right. And that's I don't because you do.
I do construction. Yeah.
Construction, right?
Yeah, I have a construction
Yeah,
business.
yeah. Because you own your own, so that's your
Yeah.
career, right?
Yeah.
So that's like your passion. Like imagine that like you're like this is your job, and then all of a sudden people are like, bro, do you know about Javier, dude? Javier's making $3 million a year.
Right.
He does construction in front of arenas.
Bro, people don't even have to
You
tell
know?
me that. I see it on Instagram. That was gonna be my next question though. Was like, how do you have like your story, but like, man, like it's a small community of people. Like, how do you? I don't know. Is it harder being a Christian comedian than it is just a normal comedian? You think, or is like just? Because I'm thinking like, okay, if you're not a Christian, you just go wherever, right?
Yeah.
But is there certain places that are like off limits for you, or you don't go, or what, or how does that work?
I guess me and one of my good buddies, we were just talking about this because even though I'm a Christian comedian, I don't prefer the term Christian comedian
for sure.
Right.
Because when you hear Christian comedian, you think I'm going to come up with puppets,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And I feel like it's real capped.
It's also like you
Right?
think it's going to be hacky. You know, you think
Yeah.
I'm going to come up and I'm going to be like, how many you guys, let's run around like Joshua around Jericho, guys.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
And then,
Right.
Like that's what in my mind. That's what I
Yeah,
think.
no, for sure.
Yes.
But I'm a comedian who happens to be Christian, so my
There you
point
go.
of view
That's it, bro.
is
Yes.
gonna be that.
Yeah.
Right.
Even so, but it also opens up the world, so I can still do comedy clubs, I do corporate events, I do churches, I do colleges, cruise
cool.
ships,
Yeah.
all the
That's
everything,
tight.
So the idea is that, if you once you pigeonhole yourself into like I'm a comedian who's a Christian. I do shows at churches, but I'm not a church comedian. 'Cause
Yeah, yeah.
those guys are like, you
Yeah.
know,
Wait, I don't know. I don't know.
No,
Explain.
bro.
bro, it's exactly what you think. It's like
It's
like
not funny, bro.
yeah.
Oh, they're just whack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They got
like not
they got
hitting.
puppets. They're
Yes. Okay, I got it.
It's not
Like
funny.
cheesy.
they're cheesy.
Got it.
Exactly.
Is a church venue more difficult than a club?
Good question.
Actually, it's usually easier.
The churches?
Most of the time, it's way easier.
Yeah?
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Like sometimes.
Because you kind of know what to say, right?
Yeah,
Because there's
yeah.
a form of like, I would say like Christianese, like you kind of know what's
Yeah.
going to hit. You know, there's certain jokes that
Yeah.
you for sure could say.
Oh yeah. But
At the church,
here's where I differ. And there's like two or three guys that I work with who are also Christian, who are also comedians. So I
Okay.
say like we're comedians who are Christian because
Yeah.
we're like
Yeah, for sure.
we're all in the, like legit.
Yeah.
All of my church jokes go through the comedy club first.
Okay.
I'm not
Wow.
gonna bring a subpar product to a church.
Oh, I see.
Just because it's a church.
I feel like that says a lot about your character, though, bro.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's not like you're like, oh, I have content that I can't say in a church or whatever. You know, it's like, no, if I can share it in the club, I can share it here. It's like it goes both ways, bro. And I mean, I just wanted to speak to like your relentlessness too. That you're talking about, like Kevin Hart was like relentless, but dude, like you're doing all that stuff too, man. Like what's your life like? Like what are some of the things that you deal with, maybe mentally, emotionally, like having to go through all that chasing like your dream?
Yeah.
Because it's more than just jokes, right? Like,
yeah.
People think
right.
like,
It's not
tell
just,
jokes, bro. How freaking hard is it?
Just tell jokes. This is my favorite thing is that people will come up and be like, bro, have you ever thought about like maybe you should be in like movies, bro? Have you thought about that? Yeah, I thought about that. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, make it happen. Call movies up. Just be like, hello, movies. I got. It's like how do you?
Yeah, bro, for real.
Everyone people are like, man, you think you should be on like Letterman? I'm like, he's not even on anymore. Like,
right,
you can't.
Right.
It's that's how it works, man. One, I would say there's no days off.
Right.
Just
for sure.
like I'm not sure how construction is, right?
Same.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's a grind. I'm learning that now.
Yeah.
Because I had a dream as a kid. You know, like I want to own a business, whatever. And it's cool. And it's cool. You know, it's a cool thought. But then, like, when you're on a job, like when I work for a company, if I screw something up,
right.
I'm gonna clock out. I'm gonna come back tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe
less stress.
we'll send another guy. You know, but like I'm the guy now. Like I'm the only guy. Like it's hard. You got to build a team. So I mean, I want to get into all that with you too. But
it's like the mindset of like I'm gonna work 100 hours a week, so I don't have to work 40 for somebody else.
That's it.
That's all it is.
That's
bro.
it. Yeah.
Literally just had that conversation today. It's like, bro, I when I work a 9 to 5, it's just I know what it is. I know what's gonna happen. There's no.
It's pretty boring too. Sometimes.
It's just boring.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I love.
Yeah, because sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're like some months are unbelievable. Like for me, like right.
Yeah.
So like sometimes my slowest season.
Summer.
June,
Okay.
Really?
June and July are.
I feel like it would
by
be cracking
far.
right now.
No, man, because everyone wants to go outside and do stuff, and like they're on vacation.
Gotcha,
Even in
okay.
Phoenix, they're going up north. They're going to lakes or whatever like that.
Got
No
it.
one wants to do stuff.
So what hit? Fall, winter?
Once we hit fall, winter, bro, I every year
It's game time.
I hit the road, hit the ground running.
So now, where's your favorite place to go?
Anywhere that pays me.
I love that.
Anyway.
But you don't have like a certain like venue where you're just like, bro.
Is there like a recurring one you
rock
hit
in
and
here
you love
every
it?
time I go to this venue.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the comedy clubs. I love doing comedy clubs.
Yeah.
You know, they're tough. They don't pay as well, but they're fun.
There has to be a balance, right, between like where you know there's places you're gonna go and like I know I rip it, it's gonna be good. I'm getting paid good. It's relaxed. And it has
Well,
to be like.
That's how I feel about like churches, because I know like when I go to a church, I'm like I walk in, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna crush this. Like I immediately, because there's something there's something that clicks.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes like it's like a comedy club. Let's say I do 5 shows on a weekend, right? I'll do a Thursday night, right? And then I'll do 2 on a Friday and 2 on a Saturday, right? And I know Thursday's gonna be okay, right? And I know Friday early is gonna be pretty good, and Friday late is gonna be it's gonna be a little tough because they're gonna be tired. We know that. This is something that we are as a community. It's every week, and then I know a Saturday early show is gonna be unbelievable, right? It's gonna be like it's like magic in a bottle, like you know. And then I know that Saturday late night show could be amazing, or it could be terrible because everyone's drunk.
Yep.
Like you don't, because that's where you're like, I don't know how it's gonna be. It's gonna be what, but like I was talking to my buddy Dustin. I was like that Friday early show and Saturday early show. Those are the show. Like we do the late shows so that we get to do the early shows. Like because
Okay. So what's that like mentally on you though? I mean, that's a lot of show. I'm thinking like I've been to a comedy show once, right? And it's like for me, it's one show.
Yeah,
but for you, how many shows?
that's just like a normal, like if I'm working club.
Yeah.
Normal week is like 5 shows, sometimes 6. Right.
In 1 week.
And
But then also
it's a weekend.
But then,
Okay, imagine
that's a
preaching
weekend.
5 times in 1 week.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
No, it's
For
taxing.
real.
That's what I'm wondering is
Well,
like, and then do you feel like you like? There's times where you walk off and you're like, yeah, and then there's times where you walk off and you're like, oh crap.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
It's like, what's that? How do you come back?
Yeah.
Like, how do you?
Well, because I've done thousands and thousands of shows now.
Yeah.
That like the like very rare, like I think I had. When was the last time I really bombed? It was this year. It was like February, March. I bombed so hard.
Yeah.
At a really important. So
Yeah, run it.
So like let's say I'm at a comedy club and I bomb like on a Saturday Late Show, right? For me bombing, for me bombing would be like someone that's 2 or 3 years in crushing, right? That's that's like the difference.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just like legitimate.
Humbly, yeah.
You know?
I see you.
So like
I see you.
my barometer of how good I should do is so much higher.
Is it based just off laughs?
Yeah.
It is.
It's based off laughs.
Like how loud
You
the laughs
hear
are?
it. You feel it.
For reals.
You hear
Really?
it. You feel it. 'Cause
It's an energy, right?
It's energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I did one, but I did I do most of my money. Comedy clubs don't pay nothing.
So what pays?
Corporate shows, churches pay really well.
Okay.
You know,
Got it.
colleges pay really well.
So
But
comedy
I'll
shows
do those.
experience,
Those are all those are Monday through Fridays.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're like, corporate, like all those things are Monday
Yeah.
through Fridays, and that's where you make your money. And then on the weekends you get to go play.
Are those better for your career than the clubs? Or the clubs?
It depends. You'll pick up more fans off the clubs,
Okay.
but you'll make way more money doing the other stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
man.
I'm talking about like.
Was there like a moment, bro?
Yeah, like what's the money like?
Okay, like do you want to be honest with
go
you?
ahead, bro.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So like right now my honorary we call it honorariums. I'm 13 years in. Most of my corporates I'm making $1,500 to $2,500 for a show.
Solid.
Okay.
It's an hour show.
For an hour show. Colleges are about $2,000.
That's
2,000
good,
a
bro,
show.
for an hour show.
Yeah. And then churches, I kind of when I'm doing large ones, I'll do like mega churches. I'll do ones where there's like 50,000 members.
Yeah.
Those ones pay like $5,000-$6,000
For 1 hour.
Nice.
For like 30, 45 minutes.
Bro. That's fire.
But
I know you're gonna say these numbers. Those are massive numbers.
But then also on the same thing, but with the churches though, is like when I do something like that, I try to even it out,
right.
by doing something way below my pay grade for a church that can't really afford it. So like
sure,
I'll be like, hey, so if I do like a
Just in the area of the if you're in a
even if in the area, or in my mind, I'll even it out.
What's the biggest church you went to? That you
I've done
Or-
churches, like I've done like Hope.
Like, have you done Dream City?
I haven't done Dream City.
Do you want to?
Yeah, just call him up.
He's like, have you ever thought about doing Dream City?
Hey,
That's
he
how
got a
it
little
works.
connection action though.
Dude, hook me up because I'll have my book work.
They see me.
I'll give you 20%. Legit.
They see me. I look white. I dress
That's how it
urban,
works.
and they're like, "That's our ticket."
20%, bro.
That's how it works. If someone's like, hey, I got you about 20%.
20%.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to be an agent now.
I told you.
Dang.
There's money if I have people that book for me and
Yeah.
do a whole bunch of stuff for me.
That's cool.
And
That's better than construction.
yeah.
Straight up.
It's like
and you're not
legit.
sweating and hurting
Yeah,
yourself too. Your back's not
if
hurting.
you're it's like we're in this weird period. Like if you're good,
Yeah.
like if you're able to call people, because people can't talk on the phone anymore,
Right.
And it bugs the crap out of me,
Yep.
right? But if you're good at talking to people,
Yeah.
because churches, none of them, they don't know how to answer emails.
Yeah.
They don't know social media.
You might gotta
nothing.
walk in there too. Like, straight
Yeah,
up.
yo, for real. But calling them like that, I'm like, dude, people that can call, they make money.
Yeah, I'm big on that. I'm big on calls, and I'm big on like face to face.
Yeah,
Yep.
me too.
Like I haven't failed yet. Like I'm just new at it. I'm like, but I'm
failed
bro. I'm
yet.
like 5 for 5. If I meet you, I'm getting this job. Like,
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, so you're doing construction. Let's say like you, right? You're doing construction. Well, are you doing what you're doing? Do you want to focus on residential? You want to focus on remodels? You want to focus on new?
Right now, I'm doing a lot of remodels. But with the license, I'm getting a lot of like home additions. There's this big thing in Arizona right now. It's multi-generational living. That's what they call it. So it's kids that are owning their parents' house. Their parents are still living there.
Yeah.
But they're building their parents like a little dungeon in the back.
Yeah.
And I'm building the dungeon.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so it's like that's exactly what's happening, you know? Like a lot.
Multi-generational building.
A lot, bro. Like a lot of that. Like
Yeah,
I'm
it's
getting
like
calls off the hook. Like can you come build this like a little?
And that's great, but calls are coming in.
Yeah.
Okay. See, so like the idea is like if calls aren't coming in,
Right.
How do you go find those people?
Yeah,
Right.
I don't
Right?
know.
Because there must have been a season like year number
There's always a
3,
season.
right?
It's
Where
always
it's
a
like
season.
the phone's not ringing.
Bro, when COVID happened, like everything's I used to have a full-time agent who worked like I was my sole, like that's it, right?
Yeah.
And I was on the road, and he called me up, and he told me I had 2 years of things that were booked. He's like, it's all gone. 2 years gone.
Gone?
Gone. Imagine that. Imagine that.
Oh
No,
my-
No, bro, I don't
imagine
know.
that you have
And
a
both
schedule.
of you are eating from that.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
he's
you
not even in the game. He doesn't even do it anymore.
Wow.
He wasn't able to
Was that
recover.
bad?
So now what do you do?
When that happened, I came back here. That's when I first moved to Arizona.
Yeah.
And I signed up for Lyft, and I drove Lyft.
Dude, you're built different. You know that? Like, I'm encouraged by you right now. You're just like, no, for
No,
real.
it's fat. It's fat. I'm built fat.
Because he, no, but you know, you're walking in your dream though.
yeah.
But he's just faced a ton of adversity. bro.
Correct.
Because we all will, no
Yeah.
matter what you do. Like whether like the Cheeto guy, right? We're talking
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
Flamin' Hot Cheeto
Yes,
guy.
yes.
That guy, like whether you're that guy was like a janitor in a manufacturing thing for
Yeah.
like 10 years.
Okay.
Before he got the chance to show off his
Yeah.
Cheeto magic. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, well, okay, I didn't watch the movie.
gotta
I know
watch it.
you,
You gotta
great
watch it.
gentlemen, watched the movie.
Yeah.
Break down what happened.
God forbid I miss a documentary or a show about hot Cheetos.
So,
you know?
bro, I had to preach on Tuesday. That's why. I was geeking out Monday. I had to study. Tuesday, I studied. Preached on Tuesday. So, like, he was watching Cheetos. Now I'm over here, like, studying for a message.
I didn't even think it. I just put it on today. Like it
Yeah.
just popped on. Like for some reason, I sat down
on
on the couch.
Disney.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
They were watching
Okay.
something, and then it popped up. I think we were watching Bob's Burgers, and it popped up next. And
Yeah.
I was like, what's that? And I pressed play.
Okay, so it's a janitor.
So he's
He's a Latino, right?
Straight cholo, dude. Straight cholo.
Oh
guy.
yeah. Oh, now you got to show us that it's wrong. Okay, Robbie.
The man
Okay.
who didn't invent flaming hot Cheeto. Oh
Come
my
on, man.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to
Well,
hear
listen.
your haterism.
Yeah. Oh, you listen. You can't bring up something they haven't even paid for. He's like bringing up. It's like pay for you want a limited time off for $1 for 6
We're
months.
talking about the screen in the back for all the viewers. We have Rob Dog, the genius, the producer.
So this dude, Richard Montanez,
Montañez.
right? He.
So what's up with the guy?
Okay, so
Cholo.
this is what the
Mexican.
movie about. The movie
Okay.
about. He's a cholo. He's in L.A. And he's like, he's uneducated. Doesn't have a high school diploma. Doesn't have nothing. He's got a wife and kids, and he's poor. And he's scraping by, and he gets a job as a janitor at a Frito-Lay factory where they make like Cheetos, right?
Frito-Lay, okay.
Right. And then he's just happy being. Well, he's not happy being a janitor, but he wants to be better, and so he wants to be like a machinist. That's his job. He wants to work on the machine. And then like 10 years go by, he doesn't get a chance, and
10 years?
10 years. He goes
Solid.
10 years.
That's
go
back
by.
in the day when
I
people
started
would.
itching after like a year and a half.
bro. Back in the day, people used to like
Yo,
stay at a job.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You'd be like, this. I'm gonna go.
And loyalty, huh?
Yeah, but I know somebody that last year they did their W-2s, bro, and they had 12 W-2s.
That's me. No,
but that's like
not
two
12.
before,
But like, I had like 4 though.
Like
Yeah.
2 truths right there. Like you can't keep a job, and you're really good at getting a job. Like,
Dang.
See, that's your salesman right there.
Yeah.
That's be like, I got a job for you.
you know what I mean,
Bro.
So yeah, he's a janitor, wants to be a machinist, all this stuff, and then he watches this video from the owner.
Yes.
And he feels like the owner's talking to him. You need to think like a CEO. So he's like sitting in the park, and his kids are eating all this hot stuff, and he's like, "Oh, we should make like a hot Cheeto." So he asked
Yeah.
for all these extra chips.
Okay.
His
So
kids,
where
they're
the
all-
word Cheeto come from?
Well, no, Cheeto
already
was
had
already
Cheeto.
existed. They already had.
Cheeto was
they
already-
had Cheeto.
Oh, cheesy Cheetos. Like the
Yeah, they already
cheese.
had
Yeah, they already
Cheetos.
had Cheetos.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Flaming hot.
Yeah.
Got it. So Cheeto was a thing. He
They
goes to
pimped
a
it out,
park.
though, like,
he sees
Essentially,
some guy eating
essentially
hot.
he was like he made like an elote. It was like an elote Cheeto.
Basically, that's all
Yeah.
he did. Yeah, and then I think they pimped out. They already had like McCormick in the video. They kind of hint at that. Like,
Yeah.
McCormick had already like a little remedy. Because at the end of it too, he tastes it.
McCormick?
McCormick, like the spices.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spice people. Yeah, they already had it. He's like at the end, he tastes it, and he's like, it's not my wife's, but it's good.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they say he didn't create the hot Cheeto. I think that's why. But he came up with the idea. It was for sure his idea. He came to Victory Outreach Phoenix.
Oh, did he?
And shared his testimony. Yeah, Pastor Tony knows him.
Hot Cheeto man?
Yeah, like legit.
What is
knows
he?
him.
You should get like a lifetime. I need a
lives out in
lifetime supply of hot Cheetos,
Bro.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, doesn't he?
Hey, it looks like him.
bro.
Yeah,
When
like-
I was watching the
Okay,
movie,
all I do know is that
swear,
this is one of the most popular chips in the world.
I swear in the Bible, when I was watching the show, I was just like, bro, this is a Victory Outreach documentary. I swear to God.
Well, he loves Victory Outreach. Like I think he was trying to get more like bookings with us, but I think he's like too far removed for us. Does that make sense? Like,
No, wait, what do you mean?
like too far removed, meaning
No,
like
he means he's too expensive. Bro, look, it says right there, his speaking fee, $25,000. You think if I could make $25,000, you think I'd be right here,
No.
Jelani?
I'm just like, yeah, and I think he's like, you know, like it's just a little different. Yeah, and he has other. I'm pretty sure he has other things to do, like, you know.
Richard Montez, bro.
I looked him up.
From
They said that
janitor
yeah,
to
from he was like a CEO or something like that of the PepsiCo Cheeto brand or whatever like that.
Yeah.
former
former
vice
vice president.
president, multicultural sales and community activation for the PepsiCo
Creator
North
Flamin' Hot
America.
Cheeto brand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
But
and I looked up, he's worth like $20 million.
So
man.
my thing is that he was uneducated.
Yeah,
Like,
he couldn't read. I don't know if he was dyslexic or just like illiterate.
Right.
But his wife had to help him fill out the
His
application.
yeah.
So he came with the idea. Okay, we should make a hot version of the Cheeto.
Yeah.
So how's the execution take place?
So then he makes his own. He gets some like Cheetos and stuff and gets chips and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
And they came up with like they just tried different slurries to try to figure it out at home. And some were too hot and
his
too,
family or his
yeah,
wife.
family. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he made like little bags, and then he had this idea to send it to the CEO when he called him up. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna send you some bags," and the CEO was like,
He ate it and loved it. It's
Yeah.
funny as heck. Right?
It's really funny.
He bites it. He's like,
"Yeah."
No,
but it's like the classic hot Cheeto thing though, because you eat it like, and you grab another.
Yeah,
one.
just really, and then he's on the phone and they can see like there's hot Cheeto dust on his
Yeah, his
hands.
finger. I noticed that too. He's like on the phone. Yeah, he had hot Cheeto fingers.
Yeah, yeah.
Dang.
That's dope. dude.
We digressed. That was a rabbit hole.
But no, it fits.
But it does.
So we're talking about
it
business and we're talking about the grind.
His
Yeah,
grind though, bro. Yeah, because his dad was like, and his dad got sick. Heck,
His
is
dad
a
got
Victory Outreach
saved.
thing, huh?
His dad was like an
Heck of
abusive
yo.
alcoholic,
Heck of
and then
yo.
he gets saved. And yeah, man.
But dude, so that's why that grind though, man. That like you're on it, you're chasing it, man. Like, bro, you're doing that, man. What's like one of the most like, what's the greatest tool to have if like someone, not just in comedy, but like in business, you know, chasing your career, chasing your dream.
This
What's
is one thing. The one thing that nobody ever talks about is investing in yourself,
Dang,
bro.
dang.
Like nobody ever talks about this. Everyone talks about like,
Bro.
okay, so there's that business thing, right? The $100 business thing, right?
Yes, that Pastor Journey's over. Yes.
Yeah. So everyone's like, okay, invest in that $100, right? And you're like, oh, $100, that's like nothing. But when I let me tell you the story how I became how I went from like nothing to full time.
Run it.
And
Yeah, run
it
it.
happened like almost immediately.
Okay.
Right. So legitimately, I was doing comedy for 4 years at the time. I had moved to Iowa to be closer to family. I was living in Florida when I started comedy. I was going to college, and then I moved to Iowa to be closer to family.
Wow.
And then I was going to church, and I started doing comedy, and then of course I've been doing it for like a little bit, and then I was talking to my pastors, and then I was like, yeah, man, I think I want to like really go after it, and then and everyone's like, dude, that's stupid. That's the dumbest idea. No, absolutely not. Go work at a factory. Go in Iowa.
Go do electricity. Go do plumbing.
In
go do
Iowa,
HVAC.
it's all insurance agencies. There's like dozens of them, and that's how everyone in Des Moines makes their living is they work at
Those are the people that are
Nationwide,
calling
State
you.
Farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're all in Iowa, right? So I was like that. I was doing that, and I was like, I kind of want to do churches, And I found this thing called the Christian Comedians Association.
Hey.
For real?
Yeah, for real. So there's like a whole association of Christian comedians. There's not really comedians. It's mostly like people that have never done comedy before.
Oh my
You know what I'm saying?
God. All pioneers.
Oh, but yeah. But so I go there but every year they have like a retreat, and it's like a conference type thing. And so I go there. I think this time it was in Christian Comedy Association. Try that. I like how I can see everything's going.
I didn't even know that was like a
I'm glad that you don't have anything inappropriate on your search thing, because that'd be real weird, right? You know, that'd be weird, right?
We're made of God,
Bro, just because you're made of God doesn't mean the devil don't sneak in there.
That's true, but the algorithm don't lie.
Okay, so I go here. So I go there. There was one in, I think it was Atlanta. So I go there, and this guy who now is one of my best friends in comedy. He's been doing comedy for 40-something years now. His name's Nazareth. Ooh. He's from.
That's his birth name?
That's his birth name. He's
What's his mom's name?
Yeah,
Mary.
I'm like, dang it, dude.
Yeah.
Nazareth, come here.
I didn't. So just so you know, I didn't go to this one because that last week I was actually volunteering with paralyzed veterans. So I was like, I felt like I had a better opportunity.
Okay, so but this is the beginning.
Did you have to give that?
Just so you guys know, I didn't go to this past one. So you guys are like, well, what'd you guys learn in Fishers, Indiana? Well, I learned a lot of white people went. That's what I learned. I learned that I had a better place to be.
Okay, but this was your introductory to comedy.
So I was at the point where I was starting to get so in the comedy world there's like MC or host, middle/feature, and then headliner. Those are like the 3 levels.
Okay.
And I was starting to get a lot of hosting gigs, and I was like working. I was starting to do like some like small corporate things, doing like $100, $200 here, whatever like that. Okay. And at the time I was single. I didn't have anything, and I was just like, and so I looked up my my bills, and I was like, how much do I need to make? And I was like, at the time I was like, God, it was like $1,300 or something.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, if I need to make 13. I said to myself, can I make $1,300 a month? Just doing. If I work out, I was like, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's like such a key though, right there. That thought is like a key.
But at that same time, I went to this retreat, right? And I meet Nazareth. He's doing this breakout session on how do you get more bookings? How do you do all these things, cool. Right? And so literally he sat down with us, and he's like, here's 10 things you can do right now to get more bookings. And I was like, I'd never talked to him before that, whatever like that. I just wrote down, I gotta do it. Okay, call these people. Okay, email them. All right, follow up, do this thing, ask them all these things, all these questions. Okay, all right. So I do that. That's the beginning of June. They're always in the first weekend of June, right? By the middle of July, I'd quit my job.
Wow.
Because
it worked so good?
Because I literally went home, and I literally picked up the phone, and I started calling places, and I was like, hey, I want to do a show. And this is stupid, because it was terrible, but it's also a way to make money.
Yeah.
What I would do, because I would only be making $100 a show, maybe $200 a show. I go to Kansas City. Then you got hotels, you got gas, all that stuff, right?
Yeah, bro.
But what I would do is I would book a show, and then I would call every nursing home in the area. I would call them up and be like, hey, can I come do a show? Because I know, so nursing homes, every nursing home has $100 to $150 to spend for entertainment budget. Ooh, right? Really? And you can do a 10 a.m., and you can do a noon, and you can do a 2 p.m. And then I can go and I can do my 7 o'clock show. That means that I could make like $800 in a day, right?
Yeah.
And I could do that, and I could replicate that, and I could do that Tuesday through Saturday.
Bro. He's giving Ryan some ideas over here.
No, that's the stuff those are the things, bro, that like for people that are trying to start business or people that are trying to be entrepreneurs, that's the stuff they need to hear, bro. Because everyone, I can go find a bum on the street right now. He has $1 million idea.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's those little, like, what do I do with it? Where do I go with it?
I'm telling you right now, it is
harder. The execution part.
It's hard. I think it's harder to make the first 10,000 than it is to make the first $1 million.
Really?
Yeah, because you got to believe in yourself first. That's
true. I got it.
You got to believe.
They say that about YouTube. It's hard to get your first 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. And once you surpass that, it's like cake from there.
Yeah. Then it's like because you have those big blocks. You go 1,000, 10,000,
right.
And then from 10,000 it's 100,000,
yep.
And then from 100 it's but like
those zeros.
Yeah. I was talking with people just recently. They were running my social media, but they're too expensive, and I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, going back,
yes,
we don't do debt.
No debt. No debt. Credit.
No credit. I have an emergency credit card.
Credit card,
emergency.
no debt. Yeah.
If we don't have the money, you can ask him. Do we have money? Nope.
Hey.
We don't have,
Hey,
so like,
Go ahead.
this like believing in yourself, man. It's like ringing in my head, and I feel it. I feel it coming. I feel it coming from you. So like, I want to know more.
Your construction work, like you own your own construction business.
For sure.
You came up with the idea. You said, "Hey, I'm gonna be I want to own my own construction company." What was you put in $40 or whatever for the LLC?
See, that's the thing, bro. Is like I'm the product of someone else believing in me before I did. So like Pastor just saw me doing stuff. He's like, why don't you like run a business already? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And he comes to me. He's like, hey, we just got you all set up at your LLC. And I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, you'll pay me back. Like you know? I'm like, okay.
So
okay.
it's similar to like, okay, you want to know how to swim? All right, boom.
And then he's like, you need to get licensed.
You want to start a podcast?
Like,
Yeah.
You want to start a pot? Yeah.
Like, you need to get your contractor's license. He's like, where's the school at? I was like, I don't know. He's like, oh, okay, you're registered. He's like, go take your test. And then I'm like, my gifting is like, bro, I took the contractor's test in 2 weeks, got a 95. Then the next one, it's supposed to take 3 hours. I took it in 45 minutes. It's supposed to be open book. I didn't even have the books. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I just passed it. Like, just got, I mean, that's just,
See, that's
I'm like Rain Man.
yeah.
And it trips me out because I'm like, he has the ability, he has the work ethic. It's just like for him stepping out of the boat.
I don't have I'm stuck
he
on
could
believing
walk
in
on water,
myself.
just
I'm
step
stuck on
out
that
the
because I
boat.
feel like that's my like kryptonite. Like,
Yeah.
Like I said something to Pastor. I was on the phone and I was looking at my work. And I said, "Dude, I'm sick." And he's like, "There it is, there it is." Like believe in yourself.
Yeah,
like
that's
tap in
right.
it. But I'm like, it's so hard for me. Like, but like, where was that developed for you? Where did it come from? How did it benefit you? Like what? Like
So like very similar. Not like Pastor Danny actually he got me starting a comedy. No,
Yeah.
he's like I got you an LLC for being comedian. Hey, Pastor Danny calls me up. Hey, I talked to the movies for you. Go on.
we got movies. We got movies.
Got movies now. No, so it's like similar like roasting people like so. And when I was in Iraq, like we would have.
Oh my God.
So I don't know if you guys know my backstory.
You were cooking in Iraq?
Yo, I was a combat medic in Iraq.
Cooking.
So
So
you're like the dude from what's the
Oh,
what's
you're
the dude that didn't carry no weapons?
No, I carried a weapon. I carried a weapon,
And he was cooking people
Like-
while doing it.
and everyone always asked.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge. That's you.
Everyone always
You're-
asked like, how many
you
people
were in
did
a
you
movie.
shoot? I was like, nobody. But I tried. I was not a good shot. I was a
Okay,
medic.
so bro,
You've been
you
shot
were
at.
there,
Yeah.
and you were there 4.5 years.
So I did 4 or something little in the army, and then I did because of George Bush. I was there.
Side
They
note.
call it the surge. It was called the surge in Iraq.
Okay.
And so I was there from August of 2007 to the end of November of 2008. So it was almost 18 months.
Yeah.
Dang.
Straight, no break.
In the desert.
In the desert, in the middle of Iraq, getting shot at.
Dude, my friend
And
was
were
in
you
it.
still
Was
doing
there?
jokes right there?
So what we would do? So what happened is like we'd have like really bad days.
Yeah, for sure.
And like on like at the end of the day, like we'd all end up and by the way, everyone in the I don't know if they just still do it, but everyone in the army used to smoke.
Right,
Everyone
yeah,
smoked
100%,
cigarettes.
yeah.
It just it's just everybody did.
Yeah.
I don't need more, just so you guys know. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Once I got out, I was like, okay. But so we would be sitting in the smoke pit, and I just like this, but hey man, and then you start
Yeah.
making fun of people, and then pretty soon I found out like there'd be like a group of people surrounding me, right, and I'd just be like telling jokes, making things.
Okay, Josh.
And then all of a sudden, like there was like, dude, this is what we needed, and it's like the same thing where like enough people would come up to me and be like, bro, when you get out. Because they wanted me out. They don't want me to stay in. I was fat. And
You were fat over there too?
no, I mean, I was fat for the army. I was fat for the army. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, don't they wake you up and make you climb the
I
mountain,
was like,
bro? And tie
no, I was
boots
like,
and
I was like Robbie
get
size.
bit?
Robbie, I'm sorry, you're fat for the army, bro. If you were in the army, they'd be like, you're fat, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Well, yeah,
No,
okay,
so I
bro.
have
Isn't there like a minimum requirement of like pull ups, sit ups,
oh
push
yeah,
ups?
I did all
like,
that stuff.
bro.
I was good. I was great.
You
I
were
was good.
pumping?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened? So, but enough
Yeah.
people were like, "Bro, you have to do something. You have to do something with it when you get out."
Yeah.
That you start to believe it, and
Yeah.
you're like, after, and there's like an old stupid joke about like, some like a guy's walking down the street. And some guy comes up and calls him a horse, and he punches him in the face.
Yeah.
Some other guy comes up, calls him a horse, and he calls him a jerk. And he says the next guy comes up, calls him a horse. He says, might be time to start getting a saddle. It's an old, stupid white man joke. Yeah. Okay? Old white men love that joke. But
Puerto Ricans don't love that joke.
yeah, they don't care.
Go ahead.
Listen, bro, if the first guy comes up to you and he says, "Hey man, you're mofongo," all right? And you're like, that's the Puerto Rican version of that joke.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
I don't even know what a mofongo is.
Me neither, bro.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying mofongo. I'm just gonna say mofongo as much as I can.
So we do
before I find out it's a bad word.
Empanadas. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, bro.
arroz con gandules. Mofongo is like, bro, that's super. That's like crazy Puerto Rican. That's like Puerto Rican granny.
Bro, who do you think I hang out with?
Mofongo.
Bro,
and low-key sound like a cuss word.
I know.
It sounds
Doesn't it?
like the world's
Mofongo.
craziest
That's what I'm
game.
saying. Bro, your mother's an empanada.
A mofongo too.
Dang it. Bro, I love this story, bro. Yeah, don't look it
You
up.
trying to find it.
No, it's good.
What is it, bro? Have you ate it?
Yeah. It's plantain. Look.
Oh, my boy knows what he's talking about. Mofongo is a dish from Puerto Rico.
Dang.
With plantains as his main
See, I don't even
ingredient.
mess with that stuff, bro. I'm just like...
It's gas though. So the majority
I'm just
of
country though, bro. I'm just
Bro,
I just want brisket.
It's a sweet and
steak.
salty.
Sweet and salty. It was a little spicy. Got
Yes,
the
Brody.
the
You don't like sweet and
chicharrón.
salty?
I'm not cultured like that, bro. No,
Sweet and
I'm just
salty?
like...
You're gonna let me out? You're gonna let me out Puerto Rico? You?
Yeah, you're gonna have to, bro. I'm like not like that, bro. I'm like,
For real?
nah, bro.
You're like tri-tip.
No, I'm American. You know what I'm saying?
Tri-tip.
Okay, this is gonna blow your mind.
America.
This is gonna blow your mind. I connect with people over food. That's how when I
He
go.
said it's gonna blow your mind.
It's gonna blow your mind. You're not gonna believe this.
Actually,
You're not gonna
Are you
believe
serious, Josh? Little Debbie's?
I'm like,
Freaking love Little Debbie. No.
actually,
Bro, but like when I'm out, I'll go to Puerto Rican place. There's a bomb Dominican place.
There is.
Over yeah.
I know you're talking about, yes.
I'll go to if I'm on the road.
So what
Des
food
Moines
do you
has
hate,
the best
bro?
Ecuadorian food in the world.
yeah.
What
sodium,
food do you
that's
hate?
I have no like.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like Indian food. Chicken curry, I don't do it,
I
bro.
don't like the smell of curry.
I don't do it, bro.
Really?
It gets in your pores.
I know, but
You
it's so
sweat it.
good.
You like
I
arm
know,
cheeks.
but that's the thing is,
You just embrace it.
yeah, you have to embrace it,
Just
bro.
lick the pit.
That's what you got to do. Lick the
Lick
pit.
the pit.
Lick the pit.
No, I can't,
Can't
bro.
lick the pit.
I'm
G.
trying to
I'm
think.
so
Is there like a
basic.
style? Okay, I will. Okay,
Like,
I will
what
say.
irritates you, bro?
I will say that like I'm not a huge fan of like Ethiopian.
What is that?
So it's like a lot. It's like a lot of like goat. It's like
It's
goat
like,
curries.
mice.
like nothing.
It's like goat curries, but then they have like
Mice?
this paste.
Mice?
Lice? Did you say
No, he
lice?
said mice.
Oh, mice. like,
Ethiopian, bro. Yes, yes. Yes. Like, bro.
no, but they have like the they have like this. It's like a flour paste, and it's not quite cooked. You know,
Yeah,
and then
see,
you like
for
do,
what?
and then it's like instead of like tortillas or bread, like that's how they eat it. and-
Okay.
For what, bro?
I'm not a huge fan, but it's like goat. It's like goat, a lot of goat. It's like real goaty goat. You know what I'm talking about?
Dang. Okay, now I have a question. So, who are your top comedians? Like top three
Oh, yeah, I wanna get
for
into-
you. Like your LeBron, your Kobe, your
Because
Michael
you're in the
Jordan.
craft, so it's like
I'm
it's
in the,
different.
yeah. Okay, so my favorite comedian is Lavelle Crawford, right?
I have no idea who that is.
Exactly, you
neither.
have no idea who he is. If you saw him, you'd recognize him.
I
He was
know
on-
Gabriel or
Yeah, you know, yeah,
Iglesia,
everyone knows Fluffy.
Fluffy,
Everyone,
Kevin, Cat Williams,
Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
Oh, I know him.
Eddie Murphy.
I know him.
Yeah. He was, yeah.
So what's
That
so
dude-
amazing about this dude?
That dude, okay, he's got a bit. I don't know if you can find it. Maybe
Lavelle
you can just watch it
Crawford.
later. He's got a bit.
Is he a believer or no?
I think he's a believer, but
Okay.
he cusses.
Okay.
Okay. He's got a bit where he tells a story about going to the grocery store with his mom when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Right. And he says the same
Grocery
thing.
store fool right there.
He says the same thing 3 times, and it's funnier. But it's the same thing, but it's different, and it's so funny and just so like perfect. Yeah, we'll watch it later. It's like 6.5 minutes. We'll lose our.
I'm definitely
Yeah, we'll watch it
Audience
after we're
retention
done.
is gone.
Yeah.
But like, can you give me an example? Like how we? No.
I'm not allowed to.
No.
Because if I do the voice, I'm gonna get people get mad at me. That's how he talks. He goes, because he was 17.
Like that?
Like that.
No.
So Lavelle Crawford.
He's all the way there?
Yeah, Lavelle Crawford.
That look like not all the way.
Lavelle Crawford looks funny. He sounds funny, and he is funny.
Yeah.
His writing is so good,
Bro.
And then everything about. So there's him, and then and then the ones that everyone wants to hear about. Of course, Jim Gaffigan, whatever. But John Mulaney, I think, is the best writer that we've got right now.
Wow.
John Mulaney's amazing. He just did a show about getting out of rehab.
What?
Yeah,
I never even heard of him. Like,
Yeah, he.
Okay, so now to be a writer, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a science to the writing.
There is.
Or there's for sure like a technique.
There is. Okay, so
Can you break that down? 'Cause I
it's-
know there is, bro.
There is. Here's the technique. One, you need focus.
Okay.
Which when you have kids is impossible.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I really, really need to get something written and I'm like, okay, I'm working on these jokes,
Yeah.
or if I'm working on so I do churches, right?
Yes.
And I don't really publish this, but like I'll go to churches and I'll do like a Saturday night show and then I'll preach on Sunday morning, right?
Okay.
And then so I'm like, okay, I need to write this sermon. I need to get this thing going. Danny won't even give me a Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
I'm not gonna. I told him, I said, when are you gonna give me Wednesday? And he's like, I don't know about that. I was like, I've been preaching longer than you have. Whatever, it's fine.
Shout out Pastor Danny.
That's right. No,
We
I'm
need
kidding.
him.
No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. Okay. It does. But there's the art of it where like you still have to be creative.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you have to be good. But then there's also the science of it, of the just flip and do it.
Yeah.
Of like just like of
sure.
like if you're tiling. A bathroom thing. There is an art. There's an art to picking the tiles,
Right.
Yeah.
to figuring all the stuff. But then there's also just do it. Just get to it.
Which is where I'm in that right now.
Yeah. So when this is my method, all right.
Okay.
And there's other methods out there.
For sure.
John Cleese, who did he was a Monty Python guy.
Yeah.
Right. His method was he's gonna write some stuff right before bed, then he's gonna go to bed, and then when he wakes up, he's gonna write again because in his mind, it answers the questions overnight. So
Okay.
like if he was writing a script for Monty Python, he's like, okay, I'm gonna write this sketch, and then I'm stuck on this thing, so I'm gonna write it right before I go to bed. In the morning, my brain will have figured it out for me.
Figure it out, yeah.
What I do is I'll write 10 jokes before I write the jokes that I'm working on.
Wow.
So like I know what I'm working on right now. I know
Okay.
like right now I'm working on some stuff and I don't know how to say it yet.
Yeah.
So before I work on that, I'm gonna write 10 bad jokes just to get my mind in that right.
Get your gears running.
Just and those bad jokes they're gonna get thrown away. Literally as
Got
soon
you.
as they hit the paper, they're done. There's nothing.
So
to
does the joke start
Got
with
it.
a thought like, dang, that's funny, and then you have to figure out how to tell the story, or is it like,
Yeah. So a lot of it's just like getting your mind in the right place.
Okay.
Because you have to open up those pathways to get to the place.
Right.
Our minds they're either analog or digital. Whatever. Or they're creative or they're mathematical, whatever like that. And the trick is figuring out how do I get these two parts of my brain to work together to create. To get in the symbiotic relationship, you know what I'm talking
now
about?
We getting symbiotic.
Dang,
You know,
bro, I love
so-
that.
And so that's really what it comes down to. Is like if I'm working on something, I'm like, hey, I need to work on this thing. My next step, the next evolution of what I'm doing is to write a book. So I'm working on like the outlines and stuff. And we're trying to figure that out. But
That's
then
cool,
also
man.
like you gotta, you gotta find time and place to do it and
Yeah.
all these things. But to get to where I'm writing the jokes that I want to write, I have to get my brain in that space, because if I just jump into this joke, it's not going to work. It never works out.
Yeah.
So then you're like, why can't I get this thing to work?
Right.
No, you have to get your brain in this space. You know?
That's cool.
Got you.
Yeah.
I love that, bro. So you write 10. And
Write
then
10. And then you work on the one you want to work on.
And that's your process of just doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be perfect. You might as well just run it.
It's not going to be perfect, but you
Yeah.
know what's going to, what the best part. So like, comedy is so different than any other. I'm going to call it art form. It's art.
is,
I hate saying art form because it sounds pretentious and stupid, right? It sounds so dumb, but like it's different from every other art form because literally you have to create it in front of strangers. It like
I didn't even think about that.
It's like, right? It's imagine like you're an AC guy, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that you don't know how to you have the concept of what an AC does.
Oh my God,
Right?
okay.
But the first time that you work on it is in front of a crowd and nobody tells you how to do anything.
Oh, dude.
Right?
Yeah, it's
That's
intense.
torturous. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
imagine,
would
and then you're
never
just like sitting there.
wanna do that,
And
yeah.
then when you start it, you're doing 5 minutes at a time, 5 minutes at a time, and then so you start getting 20, 30. Now I'm doing an hour and a half at a time. But
Got it.
imagine that. But like that's how it is. It's like I need that interaction to figure out what do these people think are funny, so that then I can take this product and sell it to other people essentially.
So now when you're on stage, right? Because I know being on stage, sometimes you have to make adjustments. You have to work the stage, right? So say you're on there. Okay, you're on there for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You can feel the energy.
Yes.
Is not positive. You're like, I have to make a comeback in these 10
Oh, I'll
minutes.
switch. I can
Like,
so
what are your go-to, like, I'm going to pull this one out and this is going to hit?
Oh yeah,
Hopefully.
we all have those. Like we all have like this is my hard hitter.
Yes.
I know this one works every time. And then the worst is that you're doing set and then you're like, all right, I'm pulling it out, and then you do, and then it doesn't hit. And then you're like, okay, well then you know it's not me.
Yeah.
You know, because like when I'm doing like a show, like
There's just bad crowds?
yeah, yeah.
That's
So,
interesting.
well,
No, I know what you
not
mean.
most
No,
of the
but-
time. Most of the
Yeah,
time.
no, I know what you mean, but that's just interesting that that you have like the maturity to understand that. Like it's not always like I heard someone say like you got to be real. Like how do they? Oh, I can't remember how they said it, but it takes a lot of pride to be selfish. Like like it's all about me. Like oh I suck. Like dude, you're like come on. It might be just a bad crowd tonight. Like that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
never
And that
thought about
happens
that.
sometimes. Like I just, like a Saturday late show just happened. It wasn't. I didn't have a bad show. It wasn't a great show for me, right? But because I know, like I go up there and then like 5 minutes in, I realize, oh, everyone's tired and drunk. They're all tired and drunk. They don't want to be. The show that I bombed at in February, I almost quit comedy over it.
No.
Like legitimately.
Okay, walk us through that, bro.
Okay, so
let's get deep with it.
So this was it was a corporate show that was paying a lot of money,
Okay.
and it was going to lead to huge opportunities for me with this company that books a lot of corporate events, right? So it was like the trifecta of like, and I was like prepared. I had a suit, tie. I mean, like when I do corporates, I'm like legit, right?
With suit and tie.
Oh yeah, I don't wear my Lisa Frank Crocs everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Daddy, all right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
Okay.
You know, so I go there and I'm like, and I'm doing the set and I'm like 10 minutes in, I'm like, I'm like, something's not clicking.
Yeah.
Just normally, and it's like there's like 600 something people in the room, right? And it's like it was an awards dinner and they had circle tables everywhere, and I was like, I know, that didn't faze me at all. I'm like, this is my crowd. I'm like, I know this room, right? And so I'm like, what is happening? And then so I kind of do like a little, hey, what's happening? I start talking to a couple of people, and I find out that a few things were not in my favor. One, it was an international awards ceremony, so most of the people in the crowd didn't speak very much English.
Oh wow.
Right, and they were all in their own tables. So there was a table of from India, Japan, France,
God, bro.
Spain. There was like Brazil, and it was like which is unbelievable. And then I come to find out that they had been in that room. This was 9:00 at night. I went on. They had been in the room since 7 a.m.
Whoa.
right?
They were burnt.
They were burnt out. They were tired. They were drunk. They just ate dinner, and they didn't understand a word I said.
Right.
And
Because
then, so
every
Talk about the
culture has a different
trifecta.
sense of humor.
exactly, and then how? But then even so, you'd have
just
to be
the
like
language barrier,
I'd
for sure,
I'd have to have like 12 interpreters to like I'd like say.
But
a joke.
even with interpreters though, I know like American language, like one of the toughest things is like they say it's like one of the toughest languages to learn because we have so many different words that little slang words, little things we use that are like that's what makes it funny is like the context of this. But then if I share that with you in another language, it's almost like disrespectful. It'll miss.
Exactly. Yeah. So I did that show, and I was supposed to do an hour. They pulled me off 30 minutes into it, and I was like, okay, and so they were like mad at me, like, and I was like, what?
They only gave you 30?
Yeah, well, they pulled me off.
Pulled them off. They gave them an hour. Pulled them off at 30.
Yeah, they cut me off at 30 minutes, and I was like,
How they cut you off?
well, they had like they had a screen at the front where they were just like, all right, wrap it up. Right. Wow. And so I did. I finished up, and then they called my agents, one of the bookers, whatever, and they're like screaming at. They're like, "He's terrible. This is the worst show we've ever had." And then so this is another like I will legitimately almost quit over this because they were saying that like he was saying racist things, he was cussing, he was doing these things, and I was like, you know what I do is I film every single one of my sets.
Come on, baby.
And then so I sent those agents the clip, and they're like, the video, and they're like, you didn't say any of those things. And then, but for me, I was like, it was such a bad experience that I was like, it took me like a week, maybe 2 weeks, to like
That's
to
not
get
bad, dude.
That's a good bounce back time.
That
I'd
is
still be
not
recovering.
bad.
No,
14
that's
days?
terrible for me, bro. When something bad happens to me, I have a 30-minute pity party. I set a timer. You set a time. I set a timer for 30 minutes.
That's a good.
Okay,
tool,
you are built different.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm feeling it, bro. That's why I'm trying to pull it out of him. I'm like,
Okay,
You are.
I'm not gonna. Okay, imagine.
there's nuggets in there, bro. That's
Bro,
what I'm like. It's a
that's
gold mine. in there.
legitimately, like, this is something I learned in the Army. Like, listen, something bad is gonna happen to every single one of us all the
sure.
time, no matter what, right? Some out of your control. Your car breaks down.
Yeah.
Your house blows up or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. He takes your PS5. Robbie, you can't trust this. You can't
Robbie
trust-
robs.
So, hey,
Robbie robs. you.
but Robbie has taken my Tesla for about a couple days.
Oh, see?
Miscommunication, but he
Exactly.
for sure took the
Spun
test.
the block.
Yeah. But
You know what I'm
so
saying?
imagine so like something like brings it down, right?
Yeah.
Go on your watch or your phone, set a time for 30 minutes, and give yourself a 30-minute pity party. Take your pity party.
Wow.
Oh, well, this sucks. It's stupid. Lay in bed.
Yeah, for sure.
Lay in bed, put a pillow over your face, scream, whatever you want to do. That thing, when that thing clicks out,
30 minutes.
30 minutes. That's all you get. That's all you get. Or if you're not able to, like something, you're at work, right?
Yeah.
And something happens, like
Yeah.
you do the best job you've ever done in your life.
Yeah.
And this Karen comes walking into this bathroom, right?
Yeah.
And it's happened. I bet this
Yeah,
happened.
for
It's
sure
gonna
happened.
happen. And it's gonna happen even again.
Yes, sir.
Right? And she goes, "This is terrible work. I'm not paying you." And you're like, "I need that $4,500.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?" But you don't have time. I got 40,000 things to do. So
Yeah.
you know what? Friday at 2 p.m. I got 30 minutes. I'm gonna throw myself a little pity party.
Yeah. That's probably there's got to be something like healthy psychologically about that.
I mean, probably, but
There was no special thing behind it. It was just something in the Army. Y'all just did it.
that's just something someone told me once, and I was like, I don't know, try. And then I tried it, and I was like, yeah, that's
It
it.
works.
Give
So
yourself-
now,
Because-
why didn't it work the time that you had to do a pity party for 2 weeks?
because that like it was legitimately like the thought of like losing my career. Like imagine like you've been doing,
Yeah.
you've been
Yeah.
13 years. I've been doing this 13
Losing-
years.
yeah,
And the idea of like am I that bad? Because if I'm not bad, in my head, I'm not going to go and give it, like I said, I'm not going to give a subpar product just
Yeah.
Right.
because I know I can make a few dollars off some churches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so in my head, I'm like, hey, Pastor Danny, I need a, I'll get some addicts for you or whatever. I don't know what.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah.
On the roof in the
That's
attic.
funny.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so
'cause that's tough, bro. I mean, because your career, like there's similarities in our paths, but then I think the biggest difference is like, I mean, I guess that'll happen to me too when I get old if I can't see or whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I think like that's like a real thing in your mind. Like, dang, do I still got it? You know, like
Exactly.
Or like this, what I think is because your mind, like that's where all that stuff's generated from. What if like the world just changes and then like it's not funny no more? You know, it's like
that's what's happening right now
Yeah.
in the world with social media and the internet and comedy is that it's changed so much.
Right.
Really?
It's TikTok now.
Right.
For 24 seconds. 26. I think they said 26 seconds. is
yeah,
what
dude.
most
You know,
people-
so I've been like,
it's not even a
really-
minute long anymore.
No.
We don't even have a minute long.
Honestly, no, bro. Every short that we do that hit is 30 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I've
Like
been
that,
so
yeah.
blown away by like. So I was saying Matt Rife. I loved his shorts. I hated his special.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch him for an hour.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, where's all the stuff I just seen on
Because-
on TikTok, bro?
It's
You're
a
funnier.
it's a different art. It's a different game.
One is different
It's a
things, and it's
game.
also set up different.
Yep.
And it could be like, it could be that our brains are not trained to pay
I
attention
feel like that's what it is.
for an hour. Like he's doing an hour up there.
And then it gets a little raunchy sometimes. Like
He does get raunchy.
on the like clips, it's like good, clean, quick. It's like
That's why
censored.
he does it on purpose. He does it on purpose. That's why.
Because the special, I was like, dang, what happened?
You think that he put a shirtless picture of himself up on accident?
yeah, no, yeah.
He did it on purpose.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So now have you been practicing in your TikTok game?
So that's like a whole nother level.
Right.
And so like I can take all my old stuff and I have it broken down into hundreds of little clips and they're
Right.
out there. But some got traction, some didn't. My YouTube stuff is blowing up a little bit. But it's like the idea of like it takes a long time to write good jokes.
Yes.
Like it takes on average, for me, it takes about a year and a half, 2 years to write a new hour of material.
Wow.
Of
2 years?
2 years.
Jeez.
That's
Yes.
why though, like some comedians, they'll run with the sketch for a couple of years.
Yeah, you have to.
Like they'll circulate that mug. Like
No, you have to. So
What's the
that's
cycle
that.
like?
No, it's about that 2 year period. And so like right now I think I'm 40 minutes into my next special. You know what I'm saying? Like so I've got
Yeah.
like 20 minutes left.
What's
to
the
write.
title of your next special?
I don't know yet.
Got it.
Maybe explain the writing to show to special process.
Okay, so the writing, it starts off with that writing that I have a joke idea and I want to get it on the paper so I can take it to an audience, and then that's like, okay, I'm gonna write 10 jokes to work on that, and then I take that joke that I've written. Well, I guess there's two options. It could be a joke that I've written, or it could just be an extra line that I've put somewhere else in my act, and I come up with a tagline, and I'll write a note to like, hey, try this on stage. Or sometimes you're on stage and the joke writes itself.
Wow.
Like you'll be on stage and be like, I have a joke about online dating. So here's a joke.
Yeah,
the
run
joke
it,
is
run
the
it.
joke is I was doing the online dating stuff. I took this test about what I wanted in a woman, and it was online. It was 2 hours long, and I said at the end I was going to have 5 things that I wanted in a partner. I said I want someone that was patient, kind, good with kids, dresses modestly, and is a hard worker. And it turns out
Not a good cook?
No, and it turns out my perfect woman is Amish. And then the tagline is, but you know how hard it is to find an Amish woman online?
Oh my God.
So it used to the joke used to be like it was the first part was what's set up, right? And then one time I was doing a show, and then the Amish part everything else clicked in one set, and I set it off like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's the joke. There it is.
Wow.
It's written.
dude, that's good.
So now, how do you remember? Because you have no notes up there.
No,
There's
you
no
don't.
poping.
No,
You're
it's just-
off the dome.
Yeah. It's a memorization going.
well,
up
you
there.
spent like how long?
2
2
years.
yeah, I'm
saying
like,
them over and over and over again.
yeah, that's
Um,
just like, man, that's
what I
wild
do,
to me.
Right?
Everyone has different ways of doing it. Some people do bring up notes and have things,
That's
especially
a bad look.
But it kind of depends. So if you're a famous comedian and you're
does
working
look
on
bad,
things,
yeah.
like some guy's gonna go over here, to, like let's say Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, he can go over here to stand up live, and he can bring a big yellow notepad with him. And it's fine because they know he's working on stuff because he's gonna go sell at Madison Square Garden.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's already respected.
Yeah.
the
So they
props are
know
already
that
there.
he's when you're sometimes I'll be doing shows and I'm like, listen guys, I'm working on new material, just so you know. Like And if I'm doing like a smaller church, sometimes I'll give them
Got
like
it. Okay,
I'll do
okay.
like a free show.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna work on new material.
Got it.
Because I don't have time to go out and like hit
Which is
mics.
respectable, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then when you come up like that, I'm like, all right, bro, like let me
Yeah,
give him
exactly.
a shot.
Yeah,
You feel
yeah.
me? Like let me
Yeah.
just give it a shot.
Yeah. But then so you take it to a crowd and you say the joke, and of course you videotape, audio tape, everything that you do, and then you say, okay, what did they laugh at? What didn't they laugh at? Was there a tagline? So what was there an idea behind the joke that they liked that the joke wasn't about? That, or was there and then so you kind of, it's like the science part. You analyze that, and you go back, and you rewrite it. You take it back out to the audience. You do it again, take it back, edit, rewrite, all these things, and then
That's good.
Maybe it takes sometime. Very rarely do you come up with a joke idea, and it is the joke is there right away.
Okay.
I think I have like 2 jokes in my whole act that I've ever done that I was just like. That I was like, I have a joke idea, and then I wrote the joke, and then that was the joke.
That was it. That's it. That's wild, man. You think it would be harder if you had to if you had to give a different act every show?
Yeah, it would be.
It'd be like, because I'm thinking like preaching, you have to come with a new message every week.
Different. Now that he's saying this,
You have to do it every week.
2 years, same thing.
Yeah,
like,
on the same. Yeah. So like as far as that, imagine that you had to write the perfect.
I wouldn't know how
sermon.
to keep it fresh though either.
Right.
That's the thing. I wouldn't.
That's
know.
a whole another thing.
Because you can't give it away. You know where you're going. You can't give that away either.
Exactly.
Because that'll be
Yeah.
a killer to the show too. You can't give it away where I'm going. I'm like, man, that'd be tough.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's
and then when I'm preaching, it's like, okay, then you're seeking from God a word for the people in that season.
Correct.
So it's, you know what I'm saying? Like for the jokes, for your set, it's not like a seasonal thing, right? It's just like, I'm going to run this.
Not usually. Sometimes there are some jokes that I have that are seasonal.
Yeah.
But are
like around current events.
Only like I have some jokes that I tell only to audiences of veterans.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because we have a very dark sense of humor.
Yeah.
So you can't say these jokes, even though they're clean jokes. They're still clean.
Gotcha.
They're just
But
very
they're
dark.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I love dark humor.
This podcast give them exclusive insight to one of the jokes.
You want me to tell? Am I allowed to tell the joke?
Bro,
Yeah,
yes.
For
Okay.
sure. Dark.
This is, okay, so, let me see. I'll do, so we just finished up with Memorial Day just happened, right? Because I was a combat medic, and I hate Memorial Day. I hate it's my least favorite holiday, right? Because I feel like America is just telling me how bad of a job I did. You know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? No other profession has that. Like teachers don't have a holiday to commemorate the kids that dropped out of high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But medics, Memorial Day is just like America is just be like, hey, Josh, remember all those people you couldn't save? Well, we do. And now everyone gets 10% off mattresses. So.
Oh! That is dark.
So.
Good though.
But then, and then I got war's bad. Or everyone thinks war's bad. War's not a bad place, right? Good things can come from war,
For sure.
right? Like for example, since the start of the Iraq War, our U.S. Paralympic team has been crushing it.
Ooh.
Right? And people get mad, and they're like, but I'm telling you right now, when I do that joke at like VFWs or whatever, I get a standing ovation for that joke. I mean, not like a standing ovation.
It hits different.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
I have a question based on all of that.
yeah.
Isn't it funny how the people not affected by
That's-
the joke are keep doing?
Bro, this last week when instead of going to see, I did this whole thing with the VA. We're working with disabled veterans. I'm a disabled veteran too. I don't know if you guys, but we're paralyzed, blind, amputee, working on we're this whole week of things for them, and the idea that you just treat them the same, blows people's minds.
Wow.
That you can if we're sitting here and you're like, oh, look at those Lisa Franks, and some guy has a leg, I'd be like, yeah, but at least I got one,
Dang.
and he would crack up,
Yeah.
like for real, don't treat them like
yeah.
don't treat, you know,
Like favor him.
yeah, don't I mean just don't don't be like, oh, you poor little baby.
Got you.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it's the same thing. I was standing out doing comedy for these guys, making fun of them.
Yeah.
You missing a leg? Was it diabetes? What you got? You know, like, you know, like it's just like.
So is it because they have like alligator skin from just going through it?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because just the same thing. Like you know, you get like, I mean, the military does that to you. Like there's nothing.
Do you feel like you could say that because you went through that?
Correct.
I just think
But we can't say that because we didn't go through that.
But I
so
think that's the power
we
of
look
like
cooking.
You could. I mean, honestly, you could. Like, if you were good enough, like, so you can say whatever you want to say if it's funny enough.
Yeah.
Got you.
No matter who you are, you can
Yeah,
say.
especially if you have like an understanding, I think too, because it's like if I talk about hillbilly stuff, bro, it's like whatever. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like whatever. My mom hates it though. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, like I know it though." Like
Right, and I wouldn't even dare talk
and
about
laughing
this.
about it is kind of how you
Yeah.
like laughing about it is how you've dealt with it. You know, so that's where I think
Yeah.
that's what makes comedy. If you could tap into that with people
Yeah,
too, like
exactly.
like hey, they've dealt with this, they understand this or whatever. So like even when I do stuff like if I'm preaching and I start talking like a black chick, but it's because dude, I grew up in a black neighborhood, so I got it down. So people are like,
I
oh my
kinda-
god.
Like I grew up I grew up in black neighborhoods,
Yeah.
right? And then I got my when I started watching comedy is because when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old, I would sneak downstairs and I would turn on Arsenio Hall,
Dude.
and that's how I learned about comedy. Is I was watching black comics,
Yeah.
God.
And then so like if you ever like look, and I try,
So
I
who's
try
your
not
favorite
to.
black
Bro,
comic?
hey,
Because
wait,
those
for the-
guys weren't black right there.
For the longest
Yeah, I
time,
told you Lavelle Crawford, bro.
for the
Lavelle.
longest time,
Lavelle
I thought
Crawford,
there was
Bruce
only
Bruce.
black comics.
Yeah.
Like, because the only special
Until
I
Gabriel, yeah, until
the only
Gabriel, 'cause-
special I seen was the
the
Kings
Def
of Comedy.
Yeah.
So Bernie, Jamie, and
Yep.
I was
Eddie
just,
Murphy,
I was
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's all I had seen. So I was like,
Yeah, I didn't know like when I was.
do you think that like the sensitive like nature of the like today's culture is like hurt comedy? Because like when I seen Bernie Mac,
Good question.
and he was talking about like how like prissy his nephew was, and he was like some milk
Yeah,
and cookies, like you could never get canceled. Like, do you think that's hurt comedy or
it's
just as a whole? You know?
I know. So there's like I guess there's two different schools of thought. One is that I don't think it's affected comedy as much as people think it has.
Yeah.
Because the people that are doing those jokes, they're not getting the shows that the people that are offended by those jokes we're going to book
I
them
see.
for
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
You know, those guys are still working these comedy clubs.
Yeah.
You know, they're still doing the same job. They don't care.
Yeah.
But like I do colleges, you've never been able to go to colleges and talk like that
Yeah,
ever,
for sure.
because they're children.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
yeah.
They're raunchy,
bro,
yeah. For the most part, you're going to college, yeah.
Yeah, well, they're children. Literally, they're 18-year-olds.
Yes.
They have
Yeah.
no life. They're and it's the same thing. Like these guys that are doing, if you're doing racial jokes or whatever, you're doing. If you're a white guy saying the N-word, you're not going to get booked in a church.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like, you're
No,
not.
for sure, for
It's
sure.
never going to happen. And so everyone that's like, well, it's changing comedy. No, it hasn't. It's just that people are talking about it more because now everyone's watching those 26-second
Right.
reels
Right.
instead of looking at the comedy special as a whole.
Yes.
Instead of watching the hour and a half special,
right.
they're watching 26 seconds and being like, I'm going to base my entire everything I know about you in this 26 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
Which brings me back to my original point from like 2 hours ago, is that you have 20 seconds to make someone's day better.
Woo! We bring
That's
it back
I
around.
love
See, that's
it.
what called callback. It's
I
a
love
callback.
Bro, that was a beautiful callback. Dang.
But that's real though. But
Killed
you
it.
had 20 seconds. That's their first impression. 20 seconds. 26
Yeah.
seconds.
That's cool, man.
If I know that if I go to a restaurant and I'm I make them laugh in 20 seconds, I'm gonna get some free fries. You know what I'm saying? Like
Something's
I'm
coming.
gonna get extra.
Yeah.
There's something.
That's
You
interesting.
just
I love
always
that.
know. You just know, like make them laugh.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
have fun with it.
So now, what would you say to the person that has dreams, has a vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Comedy, podcast, just doing something that somebody else may seem like that's dumb. Don't do it.
One, it is dumb.
Ooh,
It's stupid. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's stupid. Every dream is stupid.
Uh-huh.
It's always stupid.
Until
Sometimes
it works.
Until it works. But I'm telling you right now, every dream, bro. Owning your own construction company.
Yeah.
That is a stupid idea for me. Right?
Yeah.
If I owned my own, I wouldn't last a week.
Yeah.
I would get sued. I would be in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
Right?
Fell through the roof.
It's a
Burn
bad
the house
idea.
down. Yeah.
Every dream is a bad idea for somebody else. This is what I do. Whenever I'm trying to do something new, I say yes until I can't say yes anymore. Right? So like, you say like, hey, I want to start a podcast. Cool, I'm gonna start a podcast. What do I need? All right, I need microphones. I need a roadcaster. All right, I need some cables. I need an internet. Okay, what else do I need? I need guests. Okay, and then you go, okay, what kind of podcast? Who can I get? Okay, I can get Jelani. I can get Robbie. I can get Pastor Danny. Can I get President Obama? No. Right? Yeah. So I know for a fact that my podcast is not going to be about presidents of the United States. So, and then two, I don't want to get indicted with Trump with whatever he's getting into. I don't want to be part of that because he will throw me under the bus.
Straight up.
Sorry, we're not going to get political, but whatever. So
you were going. There was the question. No, you're good.
I was like, what is it?
No, yeah. So that was pretty much it. So you would say every dream is a dumb dream for somebody else.
Exactly. Yes. So no. Not even for somebody else. Just like that. Every dream is a dumb. Every dream is dumb.
You gotta finish it.
Okay, so bro.
No. Okay. Every dream is, everybody's gonna think your dream is stupid.
There it is.
Everyone is gonna think that your flaming hot Cheetos idea is stupid, right? That's not gonna do anything, right? I'm telling you right now, it is a stupid idea. Hey, I'm gonna start $1 billion corporation. You moron! Are you kidding me?
Come on, hot take. The Air Jordan.
Exactly.
They were hating on him.
They were.
Exactly.
He was fighting for it, but because for him, he's seen it and he made it happen.
But right now, I'm gonna tell you right now. If anyone is that sounded bad. That's not bad. If anyone's listening to this,
I don't know if anyone listens to your podcast, but if they happen to listen to this one,
Hey.
No, but for people listening to this, right? You have a dream. Let's say your dream is comedy, construction, owning your own business. You want to be a hot dog vendor. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
You have to reinvest in yourself.
Yes.
When you're first starting out, you're gonna make a little bit of money. Every single dollar that you come in for the first 6 months, year that you're doing something, you need to reinvest that into your business,
wise words.
and it will grow exponentially, guaranteed. Yeah. Right? When I started doing comedy, I started doing the things, and I was like, what are some of the things that you need to be a successful comedian? Well, other than gas, travel, hotels, and stuff, right? You need websites.
Yep.
You need headshots.
Yep.
You need good film
Yep.
to show off your talent.
Yep.
Right? And what are those things? Those things cost money. So you need to reinvest that money into yourself. Right?
Bars.
So you own a construction company, right? Let's say theoretically I don't know is it just you right now?
Yeah, well, and I sub out work.
And you sub out work, right? So, but you want in 5 years, you want to be a millionaire, right?
I absolutely do.
Right?
Yeah.
And let's just be honest, that's not a lofty goal. I want to be just so we're honest, just so we're on the same page.
Yeah.
You being a millionaire and having $1 million in your bank. I'm not saying like net, gross, whatever. Million. I'm talking about liquid. $1 million in your bank.
Yep.
That's not a lofty goal.
Right.
Because in 5 years, you should be able to grow your business exponentially by
sir.
reinvesting that money into marketing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Into tools, into products.
Yeah.
And also, you should theoretically have somebody outside of your own circle, none of us, right? Like a market analyzer, find out who is your market, how do you reach them, and how are you going to best grow your business into the next phase? Is because you don't always want to be doing those mother-in-law dungeon dens, you know what I'm saying? Right?
No, I want to build like whole structure. I mean,
exactly.
Like the big dream, right? Is like you ever walk by like an apartment complex or like a high-rise building with a crane? Like I want my company's name on the crane.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like that's what I want. Like I want a crane. Like that's a dope thing between me and Pastor Dan. Like I want a crane.
Yeah, you want the crane name.
Hard.
Crane name. But realistic. I mean,
Yeah.
and like, let's just be realistic about it. It's not a lofty goal.
Yeah.
Like when you look at like the small things you have to do. I know like my goal. Just to be like, I don't care if you guys know how much, because a lot of them, it costs a lot of money to be a comedian. But last year I think I made like $150,000. Right.
Okay.
But there's a lot of money that gets reinvested in different things, right?
For sure.
Just so you guys know, that's why I wear Crocs.
Gotcha.
And I drive a 2016 Jetta because
Yeah.
you don't have the money.
Hey,
We don't buy it.
It's good.
You know what I'm saying?
it's good.
But so the same thing. I don't know what you reinvest that money in yourself, and it's gonna grow exponentially.
Right.
Or invest that money into your future. Like do like a Dave Ramsey. Put your money into mutual funds.
Yep.
Max out that Roth IRA. I think it's what $57,000 or $5,600 a year, something like that.
Right.
Whatever. That's all I'm saying is. Don't wait. You got blessed. I'm talking right now. You got blessed.
Yeah.
You got blessed. Pastor Danny.
Plucked.
Yeah.
Plucked.
Plucked you out. He plucked you out of that chicken coop.
Yeah,
He
literally.
said, "This is my goose with the golden egg."
Yeah.
That's what he did. You know what I'm
Straight
saying?
up, Josh.
Right? You were about to go get slaughtered.
I was.
You're about to go walk.
I was literally like on the chopping block. You have no idea how true that is. Yeah.
Because I'm just saying,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah, I was like I was dang near dead.
yeah.
Yeah, I was dang near dead.
Josh,
when
like, I know.
I know, because we're all like that's how you know, and then that's. I'm telling you right now that was my
did
my
get
advice
blessed,
for you. That's
100%.
my advice for you. Because the things I'm not good at construction work.
Yeah.
I'm not good at numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you want me to, I'm a person that does taxes. I'm terrible
Yep.
at that stuff. I'm terrible. And they get mad at me for not keeping receipts. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm bad at that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Because I have ADD.
Yeah.
People are you ADHD? No, there's no hyperactive happening in this body. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. Just I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Yeah.
But figure out what this. I'm gonna tell you this is something that and it works, and I don't know why it works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm telling you it works. There's two things you need to do. One, you need to read a book. It's called How to Think and Grow Rich. Okay, it was written by this guy. His name is Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
He wrote it back in the 1930s,
powerful name.
1940s.
1930?
Yo, check this out.
Dang.
He went and he
right after the Bible was
interviewed.
written.
He interviewed the richest people in the world. When does it say it was? Not 2005. Does it have the
Updated
ri-
for the 21st century.
That's what I'm
Updated.
Update.
Yeah, he was born in 1883, but he wrote this in. I want to say he wrote this in. It was in the early 1900s, 1920s, something like that. Yeah. Robbie's looking it up.
It's all good.
Anyways,
so,
okay.
yeah,
So
what'd you get
so
from
okay.
this
So
book?
look at hold on, go up, Robbie. Go up, just up a little bit. Oh yeah, 1937. Go down. Stop. Look at those. Those are the people that he interviewed.
Henry Ford.
Rockefeller, Gillette,
William Riggs.
Thomas Edison. Come
Thomas
on,
Edison.
baby.
Alexander Graham Bell. So these are people. He interviewed all these people to find out what do they have, because nobody knew this before.
Yeah.
What do these people have in common?
Yeah.
What were some of the things that they did that nobody else was doing
To become rich and wealthy.
to become rich and wealthy? And he wrote this book about it, and it's amazing. Not only I found out about it because Steve Harvey told me. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
it's legit. Like
So in this book, did you learn that concept, reinvest into yourself?
it's reinvesting in yourself and not giving up. Like every day, like whatever
So
you're
good,
doing, you have to
love
be so passionate about it, and it has to be the driving force behind your life.
Yes.
And it cannot be like you can't be a part-time construction worker.
Nope.
Right?
No, you can't.
You can't be a part-time gigolo. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. You can't.
I'm a full-time gigolo, baby.
I'm a full-time
Come on, Josh,
gigolo.
we got this one. But I know what you mean, though.
It's like,
yeah.
So everyone who's ever like everything that you know, every like self-help book, all those Rich Dad Poor Dad, all those books, they come from here. This is the beginning, right? Okay. So read this book; it's well worth it.
Yep.
I'm not sure if I still have a copy. I might have given it away because I do
Think
that.
and
Oh
Grow
yeah, audio
Rich.
book for $0.
Oh,
You can read it for free.
Earn 9 points, you know?
Dang.
$12 for a hardcover.
I can't listen to a book, dude.
$8.19.
Yeah, but look, you
you
can get a paperback for $3.59, right?
Paperback, baby.
$3.59.
$3.59. You can.
So after reading this, you probably make so much more than that.
Honestly, this is a foundation. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the other thing that to do is, and I don't know why it works. It works. I don't know why it works.
What's
right?
that?
It's like my wife. She's into essential oils, and some of those things they work. I don't know why they work. I'm not saying all of them work, but some of them work.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
she got me into like
100%.
these. I smell these things before I go on stage, and it opens up everything in my brain, and it's like everything's firing all at once, and I'm like, I don't know why it works, but it works.
It turns you on like that?
Yeah.
You're
Yo,
on.
like immediately, right?
Immediately.
It's like because it's like peppermint, citrus, all these like base, like there's something in it, like it makes.
We might gotta
everything go.
use some of that before we preach.
I use some of that
Yo,
for
for
like
real.
I have one like for sleep.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly
Yeah.
why does it work. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that works, and I don't know why it works, make a dream board. Right?
I do
It
that.
sounds,
I do that, yeah.
You do that? It sounds like some arts and crafts like kid camp thing. But it works. Put up like 10 things on your board that you envision.
Manifest it, yeah.
Manifest.
So
and
put
I
a
don't know
crane
why.
up on there.
You put your name on a crane. For
Name on
real.
a crane, yeah.
Dang.
Put up on like if you're trying
Work
to
trucks. Like I want work trucks.
You know, new work truck.
Yep.
But look, like
I want a fleet.
you want a fleet? Put it
Yeah.
on there. Like
Yep.
for real.
Yep.
That's good.
And then, but there's something about it that I don't know why when you put it up there, it happens.
Bro, yeah. It's
I
a
don't-
constant motivation. For me, it's a constant
Whether-
motivation.
Yeah, whether it's constant motivation,
Bro,
or,
like, yeah.
or
Manifestation.
Manifestation.
reminder
Holy
to
Spirit
Jesus.
activate.
You know what I'm saying?
Whatever you want to call it, you're right. It does work.
Yeah,
That's
And
good.
I hear podcasts and they're saying they write it on the mirror and they look at it all day, every day. For this podcast, I wrote this. The YouTube channel, I wrote it.
yeah.
Buying this house, I wrote it. Like there's certain things I wrote and I seen it. A Tesla, I wrote Tesla, bro.
Damn, I feel like a bum. I don't write nothing. I just be out here just winging it and living. life.
I write it, but bro, I look at it and like you said,
Like my
it's like the fueling factor that I stare at every single day.
yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I have to do it.
Yeah.
Even if
You're
it's just a
savage.
baby step, I have to do it.
know.
And you're right.
That's right.
You
But
guys
I
are
was gonna say,
savage.
you're like, I don't like write anything. You don't have to write it.
I'm
Put
my
pictures.
spirit man is like Joe Dirt. Like probably my spirit has like a mullet. Cause like I'm just out here like just living life, getting
Man, you want to talk to
blessed.
me? You want to talk to Thunder and Lightning? You know what I'm saying?
I need to figure it. Like I need it to click.
Bro,
you know,
if
like
you-
I need
Hey,
it to
if
like
you're
dude.
visual, like have your wife help you out, like for real, like do what I did was I did like I did on the computer, and then I just went to Staples and printed it out, right?
Yeah.
Like a big thing.
I'm
with,
just
like,
good
all
like
stuff
on the
there.
fly. Like
Yeah.
But like having the even like hey, put like a fleet of vehicles on there, like you can see like actual car. And, like,
It sounds
like
even cheesy too, but
it doesn't, bro. I'm just not good. Like I'm,
It's special
I'm
when you
mind
do
blown
it.
by his
Why?
writing,
But
the
it's like,
process. I'm just so like. I don't know. Maybe I'm lazy. I'm lack of discipline. I don't know what it is. I'm just so like.
we all are.
I'm just like.
Bro.
Let's just see what happens. Just open the
Do you
door.
know who?
Let's go. Let's try it.
What's his name? David.
Hasselhoff.
No, it's the black dude who's like a Navy SEAL. David.
David.
Goggins. David Goggins.
Okay.
Right. So this guy, David Goggins. Right.
Oh,
And he's like
bald.
bald guy.
Yes,
Motivational speaker.
bald, light skin. Yes,
He lost like 100 pounds to join the Navy SEAls. Right.
Heck of pull-ups, right?
The world record.
Who's gonna
pull-ups,
carry
right?
the boats?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He set
So-
the world record and the Guinness records
yeah.
of pull-ups.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
that guy.
So he said, what does that say? Robbie and wife?
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
he
Exactly.
wants a wife.
That's
Wants a
what I'm
stick
saying.
wife.
Hey,
Now, yeah.
Offlimits Podcast.
And then we get a
Put
little
some
bit,
shape on
and then
her.
like a little bit
Offlimits
more
family.
specific,
He's
like,
looking for
how about
a
put,
producing, handsome
like,
husband.
don't make it creepy. Don't put like Selena
got
Gomez up
Robbie in
there.
the
So
back.
you know what I'm saying? Like don't make it like a creepy board. You know, but like yeah, like wife.
I love it.
But you're saying write it down. There's something special about it.
Eat it. You can. All right, you're gonna have to. This
Eat
is what he
away.
said. This is what he says. You're gonna have to bleep it out. Eat a chunk of in the morning, right?
What does that mean?
Eat a chunk. Eat it.
We're gonna quack it.
I know you're gonna. But for real, like.
Oh my
And
God.
the first thing in the morning, like and I'm terrible at this, right? He's like, he gets up at 4:30 in the morning and he goes for
So
like
what's
a
that
10-hour
mean?
It means do the worst thing first.
Okay, got it.
Do the thing that you hate the most, the first thing in the morning.
So what do you do? That's the first thing. What's your wank?
That's where I'm struggling right now, right? Yeah. What I should be doing is I need to be exercising. I need to be going to the gym. That's where I need to eat that.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I've been trying to get this man in the gym too.
What's up?
No, bro. I mean, it just when you go to the gym, it's like sniffing that thing. It fires you up, bro.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I don't function right when I'm not working out.
Yeah.
It's a fact. Like
Yeah.
I feel lazier. I don't feel as sharp. I just don't feel motivated. And I'm like, you're already built different, so I can just imagine you getting built, bro. You're like double built now,
Bro,
I would be less funny.
Well, because
I mean, that's a legit
It's
concern,
part of it, yeah.
bro.
It's a legit
because
concern.
Like you're too sexy now.
you
No,
work
it's not
the
even
fat.
that.
You work the fatness. Like the clips that I've seen.
I know, but if you see my set, if you really set, there might be 2 minutes in my set about how I'm fat.
Yeah.
Like there's
okay.
So
Dang,
so Louis Anderson had this great thing where he said like you have like if you're weird looking, you're fat, whatever like that. You have to say it. Yeah. Like I go up there and I have to say it because like if I don't, people are like, does he know?
Oh,
that's like
when
when like a black dude comes out, he's like, all right, y'all, I'm black. Like,
yeah,
it's just like it's like a funny.
Or if I'm doing if I'm working a black crowd, I'm like, what's up? Like,
yeah,
you have to like say like I'm the white guy.
Yeah.
You have to milk it.
You have to like you just have
address
to
the elephant in the
You
room.
have to address it.
Yeah.
It kind of takes down barriers and walls. Huh?
Yeah,
for sure.
So now, for you, it's a thought like, man, if I literally work out, get shredded, like it might just kill my funniness.
No. I legitimately think that if I lost 150 pounds, I'd be famous.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of the look, right?
Was looks, because that's what everything is. Everything's based off of looks, right? Like, because before they even watch your video, they see you. Why do you think all those girls, every girl,
they love Matt Rife.
They love Matt Rife, right? But when they go to see his show, he talks so much crap about women, and he's misogynistic.
For sure.
And they go
eat it
there.
up?
No, they hate it.
They hate it, bro.
Got it.
So what happens is they all these girls.
It's like this toxic relationship the women of the world have with Matt Rife. But dude, he got his teeth fixed on Wild Now. He had like these like rake teeth, like a rake, like the metal rakes. They're just all gapped up.
So what's the point with Matt Rife? So
the point is that no. So
but
he's sexy. That's
Got it.
So they see him and they go and all these girls are like,
has his bicep out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wear a tight little shirt.
So if it's gonna benefit you that much, isn't it a form of investing into yourself?
Listen, if you're gonna bring knowledge over here to me, Jelani, I'm gonna have to leave.
Because I'm
okay?
like, Josh, we'll go train tomorrow for real. Because I train at least an hour and a half a day. Like
that's funny. But dude,
I need it though.
It's just a reminder that everyone has something. Like, because this dude's a beast. He's relentless and doing all this stuff.
That's
what
we all got. Like
there's things that I'm so good at.
Yep.
Like right now, and there's some things that I'm not good. Right now we're working on up here on the thing you have getting venues and stuff. We're working on booking out. Like right now I'm booking into next spring, right? I'm booking a year out from now.
Yeah.
And I really need to be focused on okay, because right now we're doing theaters, we're doing churches, we're kind of doing a mixture of all of them. September I'm doing a 7-day run in North Dakota, right?
Small
and it's
Josh.
it's like church, theater, comedy club, and then so
you're breaking it in.
Yeah, you just but the idea is that from the moment I get up, I should be hitting the phones, but I have agents and I have bookers that work for me
Because that's what you hate the most.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
good, man.
Dang.
That's all right, boy.
All right, man. You feel good?
I feel good. Do you feel okay? I know. I talked for a long time,
Bro,
No, it's good.
to be honest, I'm because this was one of my dreams to do. So I could talk forever, man. I am not tripping.
Dude, I can talk for a stupid amount of time.
I am not tripping, bro.
Look, listen, I can talk about myself for a long time. Okay.
Okay, because for me, I'm we can always edit it up, chop it up, get the best out of it.
Yeah.
I do know the more that we start talking, the more comfortable we get, the more juicier stuff comes out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I he said, there's nuggets inside of you. I'm I guarantee there's golden gems that we haven't seen yet, but just because it's like takes time, like digging, and so boom,
It takes time and practice. There's an art to this too, though. There's an art to hosting and stuff like that too.
It's true.
And you guys did a good job.
Love you, man. We're
trying, bro.
legit. Like this is our 5th one.
Trying, man.
That's 5th.
Bro, we're walking about faith.
I'm trying to figure out my podcast because I had a podcast. I mean, I did. So the first iteration of my podcast was I would make pies and I would invite people over.
Okay.
And it was called Off the Crust. It was amazing.
That's dope. I love that, bro. That's hard.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. And then I'd have like famous people over, and it was fun. We did a bunch of stuff. But then COVID happened, and I couldn't really do that.
Because you have
anymore.
access to that circle, and I think that's what you got to like kind of like.
But I'm also not in LA anymore. So like when I was in LA, it's so much easier.
You were living.
Yeah, I was in LA for a long time.
Wow. Did that make a big? Does the location make a big difference?
Like I fell in love with his mom.
So 10 years in LA.
So proximity.
No, I was like 4 years in LA.
Got it.
Yeah.
And do you feel like that was like you needed to do that?
I did. LA's
Because there's certain access in LA.
Yeah, there is certain access that happens. Even just saying like when you're like I'm coming from, but on the flip side, 2 things happened, and it was a God thing.
Yeah.
One is that I moved here literally when everything shut down, but it was happening before then.
Yeah.
So I'd already signed the lease. We had already like done it. Like everything was already in motion before the pandemic started. Before all that stuff happened.
That's crazy.
So that was absolutely a God thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And 2, LA, it's not as productive anymore. Because once COVID hit, all of those institutions within LA, they disappeared.
Yep.
So you don't need to be in LA to get famous. Like my buddy Leanne Morgan, 2 years ago, she had less than 200 people on her Facebook page.
Wow.
Right now, put in Leanne Morgan. She just did a Netflix special. She's got 1.5 million followers.
How long ago?
Like 2 years ago. Like less than 2 years.
The
Like
jump was 2 years?
yeah. From 200 people being unknown. And then during COVID, one of her clips went super viral.
Wow.
And then now she's selling out arenas, and she did a Netflix special. Yeah.
But 2.5 years ago, this girl had
no
followers.
2.5 years ago, she was just like she was doing comedy like as she could. 10 years ago, well, she's been doing comedy for like 20 something years.
But dude, you know
Hey, her channel looks sick though.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I had the same. We had the same social media.
You know what's key though, bro?
manager.
Is like
Oh, okay. It looks good.
It's like
They're good.
like the grind documented before like the blow up.
That's
it's like,
it.
That's
the,
it, yeah.
I think the worst thing is you go viral and then they go to your page and there's nothing. Like
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
12 years ago.
Well, go 12 years. See, you go 12 years, and then like look at it, and then that's when she got with. So there's guys. They're called Honest Fox. They're amazing.
They see the glory. They don't
amazing
never see the story.
There's
That's
amazing
the
guys.
story.
Those social media guys. I just can't afford them. They cost like $3,000 a month.
We got to talk because we were sitting
Oh, okay. But they're amazing guys, and they helped her go from 200 people to I mean this is just YouTube. She has 250,000.
$3 grand a month paid off for her.
Oh yeah, but a lot. Like she's making.
Talking about investing into yourself. She's
Exactly.
seen
And
that.
do those people try to like charge you more once you start making more?
They probably do more for her.
Yeah.
But they have probably
I'm just
more
wondering,
because they have
like,
like a
I have
team.
200 followers. They get me to 200,000. Now I'm monetized. I'm making money. And what
Right.
if they're gonna be like, all right, bro? Like,
No, because it's
Give me
based off of,
$5,000.
it's based off of what they're doing for you. So like, so like you kind of have like a thing like, okay, let's say Robbie is my social media guy, right?
Yeah.
And Robbie goes, okay, it's gonna cost. Here's what it's cost me per hour to do all of these things. He get whatever $24 an hour, whatever he's charging.
Okay.
And he goes, okay, I know that all these things that's going to happen. I know that if I do everything that you need to do, it's going to cost about 20 hours a month. And then you figure that out, and you go, okay, that's how much it would cost. Well, for her now, she's probably paying at
there's
least
a market
10
for
grand.
that. You think like a pretty big market? Like people don't want to do that, right?
Bro, are you
that's
kidding
some
me?
people's chunk of crap.
Dude, there's millions.
Right,
People
right,
are making
right.
millions. People are making millions doing this right now.
Because that's
This is
almost like
this is everything it is right now.
because my mind
This is-
works like
yeah,
that
this
now.
is
Like now that
everything.
I'm contracting, my mind starting to run like that. Like I don't need to know how to do the job. I just need to know someone that knows how.
That's it.
That's
So,
it.
so like your social media, like you should You should be having someone like doing the, whatever. Even if it's like starting off like a couple $100 a month, where they're just like making videos for you, putting it out there. Trying to get like working with your Facebook pages, your social media marketing. You have to, all these. It's stupid, but you have to do it.
Have to do it. Yeah.
Now, so the podcast, right?
Yep.
How many platforms is it on?
It's on with TikTok now, Instagram, YouTube.
But the long form is just YouTube.
Spotify. Right? No, it's on
Oh, it is,
Spotify.
okay.
iTunes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just say
the big four for sure.
So let's just say not Spotify or Sirius, but let's talk about social media, right?
Okay, yeah.
So like just now, and
So
I'm talking
Instagram,
about
TikTok, YouTube.
No, you got
we
bro.
talking about?
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn,
Okay.
Twitter. What's that?
Those are pretty
That's
much.
seven.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah. But that's seven. That's seven that you have to be like
Yeah.
on top of
Yep.
all the time.
Consistently posting.
Consistently
shorts,
posting all the time.
clips, dumb stuff.
And even especially on LinkedIn, bro. Because you know what happens? Because a lot of people they work at companies.
Yeah.
And their Facebook's blocked. So guess where they get their entertainment during the day? LinkedIn.
I gotta type in LinkedIn.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now wait.
Those are the things,
You can
those are
scroll
gems,
through
bro.
LinkedIn.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
Those are the nuggets.
you can
bro.
scroll through LinkedIn and there's clips on LinkedIn. Shorts.
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
I have never clicked on LinkedIn, but those are more for more professionals. Though.
I've never
That's
used-
just for professionals. So
I've
you
never even
do
used
things.
LinkedIn.
Right. I've used LinkedIn to get a job.
Never. I've used Indeed.
Try Novey. Oh yeah, go up there.
Like LinkedIn was
go
popping
up
in
to
San
the-
Francisco.
go back.
We don't know what's gonna come up right there.
EY. You want to EY. VEY. You want to V.
Wow. But anyway, you can post shorts on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Long form content too.
Long form content, shorts. A
Wow,
lot of the
bro.
stuff, LinkedIn has monetized a lot of stuff on their end. So like, if you want to like really target places, like you still have to pay for like those. Josh Jovey.
So now, as far
Robbie, come on, man. How long?
so now as far as making money, would you say YouTube is still king?
No.
What would you say is king?
I mean, YouTube is king if you have. Yeah, there you go. If you have the backing of it. See.
Oh, I see. So it has like a Facebook vibe.
Yeah. But I'm not great on this stuff, but there are people who make that do really
Murder it.
murder
for sure.
Murder LinkedIn, right?
So who murders LinkedIn right now? That like you look up to. That's like gold. I want to be like that.
I think Ken Kennington. Let's see. You can look up. I wonder if they look up comedian. Look up like if there's like. Actually, look up Leanne Morgan. See if Leanne Morgan's on there. I wonder if she's on there.
Leanne.
Pretty sure she is. Dang.
Leanne's is a comedian also?
Yeah, that's the one that we were just talking about.
Yeah. The one that did the
Oh,
Netflix
her,
version.
oh, you have her.
okay,
Well, you have her
okay,
name
okay,
spelled
okay,
wrong,
okay,
anyways,
okay.
but that's okay. We're not gonna worry about that.
Dang.
I guess LinkedIn really cares about how
So you were
it's spelled.
saying YouTube if you have the backing.
So if you have a backing,
Uh-huh.
YouTube is like so that's where you're gonna make. That's where you can make a really good living off of.
Yeah.
But again, like you really have to get to that 100,000. That 100,000 is where you can
100,000 is where it's at.
start looking at like quitting your job.
Yes.
You can't do anything, and that's only if you're. It's 100,000 subscribers.
Yep.
Plus you're getting, I think it's 500,000
Yep.
per video or something like
watch
that.
time.
Watch
yeah.
time.
It's like 10,000 hours of watch time a month, something like that.
Yeah. Because I think I'm at like 100 hours or something of watch time right now
Yeah.
of month.
Yep. Yeah, right now, yeah.
Yeah. TikTok. So that's where you're gonna make that
Okay, what do you think about
monetize.
TikTok, bro? Because they're saying that TikTok is about to be gone.
Everyone's
Because of
wrong.
China.
Everyone's wrong.
I low-key believe it.
No, they're
Do you not
passing.
low-key believe it?
No, I don't believe it. They're passing legislation right now to make TikTok a separate entity within the United States. to separate it out from mainland China.
Right.
So that's happening right now. Like they're working on that right now.
So China's keeping TikTok.
They're going to own it, but the Congress is working on legislation to keep access to information away from mainland China. That's not going to work. It doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah.
They've got our stuff. That doesn't
It's
matter.
just gonna make people feel safe though.
Yeah. They're going to be like, we got it, guys. No, that doesn't matter. It doesn't. Nobody cares.
We got it, and so does everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. But YouTube for the ad revenue.
Yep.
Facebook for ad revenue.
Yep.
Facebook is great ad revenue right now.
Really?
Yeah. Facebook is
Rob,
pushing.
you know that?
Facebook
got ad rev?
Facebook is pushing Reels right now. Those shorts and Reels. Facebook is.
Because Facebook don't want to die right now.
Facebook,
How much you make
because
on
they want
Facebook?
to keep up on that stuff.
I know.
And so they're pushing up. Not only are they doing ad revenue, but they're also giving you bonuses for how many videos you have that hit like 1,000 views, 2,000 views, 5,000 views. Absolutely, they're throwing bonuses on top of that right now.
FB?
Yeah.
I have to hop
Yeah,
on
for real.
FB.
And so Instagram is a little bit different, but TikTok and Instagram is where you're going to get monetized on sponsors like Prime Soda Pop.
Yeah.
I don't know who they.
Soda pop.
So, yeah, but I'm just saying about that.
This
so,
is manifesting right here.
that's what you got. So YouTube, you're not really gonna get as much money until you like have a big audience. You're not
Right.
gonna get monetized as far as sponsors go.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. But podcasting, this is really good because
Hits
you're gonna
right
get
now.
once you start getting the 20,000 listeners a month is when you really start making money off of it, which isn't that lofty of a goal. So those are your big threes, but you still have to put out on all the other stuff.
You got to funnel to the big ones, huh?
You have to funnel the big ones, but
like use all the social media, and then
Yeah.
it falls into this big pot of
Correct.
YouTube and Spotify.
But then you don't know what's gonna hit.
Don't know.
Who knows if Offlimits is gonna hit on Twitter?
It's true.
And then Jeff Bezos comes, not Jeff, what's his name? Elon Musk.
Elon
Yeah.
Musk.
Elon Musk is like, bro, this podcast is fire.
Bro.
You
Imagine
got
if
You
he
got a
tweets it.
Tesla too?
Tesla 2, self-driving. Hey, B, that's true because 80K we got on a short, right?
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
That same short that was posted on YouTube Shorts got no more than 10,000.
Yeah.
Bro, 80K from 10K on Instagram, though. I'm like, how does that even work? But you're right. Every platform is different.
Every platform is, yeah.
Straight up.
One of the things, and then, so if you're doing the social media, this is going to be, I know this is boring. I'm sorry if I'm going to bore you with social media.
I don't know it. But I
I-
know I need to know.
I
it.
I started researching this stuff.
Me too, yeah.
Because two things happen. One, it changes.
Yeah.
All the time. Because
Yep.
you like as soon as you know it, it changes, right?
Yep.
Damn.
But one of the things that's happening right now is that you need to be posting, if you're doing shorts and reels on YouTube, you got to post every single day.
Every single day.
For someone like you, right here, you should be posting right around 6:30 p.m. Everything should be going out on your YouTubes. Because that's your prime prime audience
It's our prime, yeah.
is that 18 to 35 males, and that's the prime audience that's the prime time for them. If it was older people, you would want to go at like 10 a.m.
Yep.
If you have a lot of church stuff, you want that to hit right around 9 a.m. on Sunday because you want to get those. You want it to hit so that it catches with church people coming out of church.
Yep.
When they're bored, sitting with their kids,
Flick it on.
doing nothing, right?
Yep.
But every
It's
single
all, it's all a game, bro.
It's all, but let's say you have Facebook and Instagram, same people, Meta, right?
Yep.
You need to post different things. It has to be different
Yep.
reels at
Yep.
the same time
Yep.
because you need to catch two audiences off guard. And also, most of the people that are going to be on your Facebook are also going to be on your Instagram because they're your friends.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you need to. So they are going to be watching one on Facebook, and then they're going to watch another one on Instagram. Because if you have two of the same videos, they're not going to watch both of them.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen,
Yep.
right? And then you need to have a different one on TikTok. It's got to be a different one.
Yep.
But the best thing about all this is that you can rotate all this stuff. You can have 5 videos. You can make 7 videos.
Yeah.
And it goes out. They hit everything, like all 7 of those. One hits LinkedIn, one hits Twitter, whatever like that, and they just make the rounds. And then you keep making the rounds, and after 4 weeks, then you can start
Rounding it.
republishing those things. That
Yep.
thing that got you 80K,
Yep.
start pushing that again, re-upload it.
Yep. Yeah, because it still counts as views.
It still counts as views.
And
They don't
watch
care.
time. Yeah.
YouTube cares about re-uploading things.
Yep.
Nobody else does.
It's true. Facts.
Bars.
Dang. All right, Josh.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
No, it's all good, man. Hey, yo, but we want to say, family, thank you so much for tuning in to another Off Limits podcast. We love you so much. Type in that comment section, blow it up, watch those shorts, man. We love you. Smash that subscribe, hit the link. We love y'all. Catch you on the next one. Peace.